The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan Look, I've actually changed my mind about A New Nightmare.
Shall we play a game?
Player to another.
Welcome to another review episode of Nude Clan, the video game show. I am the Video Game Joe.
You deserve a slow clap, and this is Cameron.
Video Game Joe. I'm Caleb Craig.
And Caleb Schweiss.
And today, ladies and gentlemen, we will be reviewing Alone in the Dark, A New Nightmare.
Shouldn't this review be done by you in the dark, by yourself?
Yes,
well, the title
but
should actually be called Together in the Dark.
Together in the Dark, separately,
together in the
Together
well,
but separate in the dark.
Yeah.
Together in the well-lit room. That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, I would say they are adequately lit. Yes. Yeah, adequately lit rooms.
Yeah, that's what it is right now.
Sometimes it's well lit if you...
Plus you have a flashlight, so nothing's ever really in the dark.
Nothing's, yeah. This game really... It gives you a helping
So
hand.
let's say, hey, what? So let's think
Plenty of
about
light
this.
for
Let's
the
think about
dark.
this real fast. If you are
I don't
out in
think
the wilderness
that.
somewhere in the night and you have a flashlight, the fact that you have a flashlight makes it so you're not in the dark anymore. I mean, technically, you are still in the dark, and you see this little path that your flashlight illuminates.
The flashlight before you is... Like the light before you is in the light.
But I would still
you don't
say
put the
you're in the
flashlight
dark.
behind you.
No, but you yourself
you are
still
in
in
the dark.
dark.
I agree.
Okay, so
I
you can
agree.
still be alone in the dark,
Yeah,
even
you're
though you
alone
have a
in the dark
flashlight.
no matter what.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you're with someone else in the house. Or in the island.
Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 people on the island, so
But are they
you're
with
not
you at all
really
times?
alone.
But are they with you, Caleb?
Half the time.
Okay.
Yeah, half the time.
So there are instances of being alone, though, in the dark.
Yes.
For like 2 seconds. Yeah.
But
Then there's
Fuck.
creatures that you fight.
before we get into any of that, in this wonderful game, of course, what has everybody been playing this week? Besides Alone in the Dark, A New Nightmare.
I really haven't been playing anything.
Nothing, huh?
I've
He
played
said that he played 5 seconds of
I played
Persona.
5 minutes of Persona, and then I played
Oh, it's 5 minutes now.
and I played maybe 30 minutes of Paragon.
Why?
What the fuck, man?
I've
seriously.
One is
been-
outweighing the other there.
Yeah, that's true. It's very true. It's just dailies are really easy to get in for Paragon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But daily should be putting 50
is not,
hours
yeah.
into Persona.
I know I'm gonna have to take a couple days off of work to catch up.
You could have just
But I've
played
been,
it. And not
but I
had
have,
to do that.
but then this whole week I've been helping my mom move stuff into someone's basement. So yeah,
Why is it in someone's basement?
because she didn't want to pay for storage fees, so she found someone willing to hold on to her stuff in their unused cat piss basement.
Oh.
Oh.
Did they?
Yeah.
All right, never mind.
It's not unused if the
How long is
cat's
she going
pissing
on her
it.
trip?
She hasn't decided yet. She'll go out there, and if she likes it, probably 3-ish months. But if she wants to come earlier, or she uses all of her money that she has left to her name, then probably like a month and a half.
What is the long-term plan here?
I don't
is
know.
No
There is-
long-term plan.
Like I asked
Is it
her.
Gold
yeah.
Digger plan?
Well, that's what I hope it turns out to be.
Well, she's got the fake tits, and
She
now
does.
she's going to Italy.
I've heard they're awesome.
From who?
People are talking.
People are everyone's.
People
Cameron,
are
your mom's
talking.
tits are the tits.
Cameron's like, I can't.
Cameron's like, I know,
Can't
but I
comment.
can't say.
I'm not going to.
She does still breastfeed, right?
This tastes like oil.
You'd have to ask Hayden.
I know. Oh
fan of the
man,
show.
Joe, have at it. Just go for it.
I'm okay
You
now.
have a blessing.
it's-
You moved on.
She hit her prime in senior year of high school, and now she's all right for. She's all right.
No, so I don't know what the long term plan
She
is.
was smoking hot. In
I
high
asked if
school,
she
though.
had a retirement plan, and she does not have a retirement plan. So
No, that's nice. Do you have a retirement
I
plan?
am saving for retirement. Yes, I am.
So am I.
Privileged.
Yeah, we're privileged, according to our England review.
Oh shit! I guess we did get a review, didn't we?
Yeah,
You should probably get that.
they called us privileged dicks because we talk about money.
the money that we don't have.
Yeah, the
He's
money
just
that
jealous
none of us
because it
have.
used to be the crowns, but it isn't anymore.
Oh,
And never will be again.
I don't see why he calls us
I don't
privileged.
know, I would like their 3% tax.
We
back.
have what we have because we work
Yeah, that
for
would
it.
be nice, actually.
What have you been playing?
I've been playing primarily Persona and then a little bit of NBA Playgrounds with Schweiss.
How's that Persona going?
It's going. I'm halfway through it now. 50 hours in. Just beat the 4th Palace. Only have 3 left. So
50 hours in,
Yep.
and you're 4/7 of the way
yep.
through the game.
Well, it's approximately half if you're going by time, because everybody who's beaten it has told me that it takes like 100
How much
hours.
does it trim off if you don't watch cutscenes?
Probably 56%. I'm
So there
just
are
guessing.
56 hours of cutscenes.
I just pulled that number out of my ass.
No, dude, like half the game is cutscene, and then the other half is just playing a little bit in the dungeons.
Wow. Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
It's good, but you're like dying
but
over there.
it's just it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, and I have to speed through it. So,
Well, you're not really speeding if you're only halfway through here.
dude, I plan it
Yeah.
all I can.
We give Cameron all the shit in the world for not just playing the game, but you're guilty too.
It's true. I
After-
could have been playing it.
Here I am
Earlier on.
thinking about pre-ordering Destiny 2 so we can play Destiny 2 as soon as it comes out.
So,
That. Fuck you.
what is the deal with the not being able to stream this game? Can
I
you
don't
only
know.
not stream it via the PS4 streaming? Have people been using capture cards?
Okay, so you can't. I guess you can't stream it with the PS4 because Atlas put a restriction on it. They didn't want any spoilers for the game, so they only allow streamers who aren't using the PS4 direct streaming thing like we do.
You say they only don't punish? Is that the word?
Yeah, they only don't punish the people who only
don't
go
think
to
they
the
allow.
allowed.
This
I don't think they're
game,
like,
though,
well, you know.
it's so
You're only
story
allowed
heavy.
to go to a certain point in July, and then any point after that just can't stream.
They're
That's
waiting
September.
till July before.
No, in the game. So every game is like
Okay.
it's laid out by like.
I thought you were saying the
the
company was like, we don't want spoilers until July, and then they're going to release the.
This is a good enough.
But if you were using it, are people streaming it via capture cards and not getting taken down? Is my question.
I mean, we can always
maybe
put up
some,
a fake channel
but
and try
they
it
do
out.
have a restriction, so they probably are hunting down the people that aren't doing that.
I'm just wondering if it's worth the risk.
Well, what
Well,
are they going to do?
Cam's before the point that they would like shut him down, so he could stream whatever he
But
has.
Cameron's going to be doing
No, because
Nier.
no. There's points where it says I can no longer share it. So
when
it
you can't
cuts.
stream.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm
it
already
won't
past
let-
that.
It won't let you stream like with the PS4 at all.
Yes.
But with like a capture card, you could.
So you could do the whole thing with the capture card.
No, I'm
You
gonna stream
could,
Nier
but
on
Atlas
Monday,
will be
but-
looking for your videos.
Atlas race.
So.
Atlas Suze.
I'm just wondering if you typed in Persona 5 on Twitch, are there going to be people streaming it? That's my question. So
Yes, there are. Mr. Happy's been streaming it.
he's been
Seen
streaming
people
it just
stream.
solidly, right?
I think so.
Just using a capture card. It's like
Well,
fuck
he
your
uses
PS4.
a capture card because he's a professional streamer. So
There you go. So maybe we should just
send the streaming card home with one of these
send the streaming card home with Craig.
gentlemen and let
Yeah.
them figure it out.
Yep.
Do you have a
think
working
so.
computer, Caleb?
I do. I have my laptop.
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
we
not
can
the
forward.
laptop I was using before. It's a better
Oh,
laptop.
thank God.
Yeah, because I was like, how are you doing
I
anything?
never had that laptop, so
Oh, it was Cody's. It was Cody's, I think, the one that you had. No, you got his from him, didn't you?
I initially had yours.
Yeah, and then
And
mine
then
was
Caleb
way awful.
let me like long-term borrow his laptop.
and they were both.
And then I gave it
atrocious.
back after a long time.
Yeah,
also,
I
it wasn't
had it.
working very well.
I had another one. So
And yeah, that's about where we were at. So I didn't know you had another laptop. My laptop, I'm very happy with. Spent $1,000 on it,
yeah.
but
Yeah, your laptop's better than my PC.
Just wait a year, and then all that money you spend is nothing anymore. So
yeah, it's nothing now.
Just why I
It is.
spent like twice as much on his, and
it took him a solid 4 years before it stopped being top of line, though.
Yeah, and it's still pretty good.
Yeah, there you go.
It's just not really good.
He can't play all these newer games on the best graphics anymore.
No, but I can still play him at least, so that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
What have you been playing, Schweiss?
Shit. I played a little bit of Resident Evil 3 before my job cut me off at the knees and put me out on the floor, so I can't do that anymore.
You can't be playing video games at work anymore.
No, it's a
That's
shame.
terrible.
such
It's awful.
bullshit. I know. I should just quit.
You should. You should quit and stream full time. Man.
Yeah.
make some money.
Played that. I played a little bit of NBA Playgrounds. I think I'm kind of done with that game, other than playing it with Craig. The AI in it is just, it's painful. I'm trying to do these challenges because there's a silver trophy associated with
doing all the challenges.
doing all the challenges, and it's like, oh, win the match by 20 plus points, which is fine.
Oh
That
yeah,
one's-
that was the one that I think is probably the most bullshit.
yeah, it's against two really good players, but one of them is like block a dunk. At least do one block for
Black
a dunk.
dunk.
And I did it. I did it like 5 or 6 times in one match, but it won't count it. And the AI is just so broken. And then also, I'm trying to do one where it's like, do 10 great or special slam dunks in a row.
Have you been playing with Yao Ming though?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, then I'd have no idea how you're not getting it.
I don't know, but and it's like do 10 in a row. And the thing is I don't need to win the match. I just need to do the challenge, right? So I just let the other team score whatever they want, and I'm just trying to go back and match it with a alley-oop for the dunk. The problem is I have 2 great players on the enemy team, but they are just retarded when it comes to making baskets. They miss, and then they get the rebound because I have a midget and a guy who's good at dunks and nothing else in his life. So I can't get a rebound, and they just keep shooting, missing, getting the rebound, shooting, missing, getting the rebound, and then eventually my turn comes up, and sometimes I get a power up where I have like 4 seconds to shoot, and it's not enough time to set up the alley-oop. So the game is just like fucking me. Because they can't, they're too stupid. The man who has a 100-point game can't make a basket in this thing. It's stupid. I'm getting so tired of it. Wilt Chamberlain missing over and over. No one's guarding him. No one's nearby. Because I want them to just make the fucking basket so I can go do my dunk and get my challenge done. But I can't because the game is fucking stupid. It's irritating the hell out of me. Playing
Yeah.
against Caleb is way fun.
Yeah, playing against people is
But
best
the
part.
actual game sucks.
Yeah.
It kind of does, yeah.
Wow.
And it wasn't free.
And this is licensed by the NBA.
Yeah, it does have the
that
NBA
sucks.
trademark. I know, I don't
But it's not
understand.
NBA 2003 or whatever.
No.
No.
It's one of those like arcade ones where you have it's a 2v2 like side scroll thing.
Yeah, it's a
back in the days of
NBA
NBA
Those are the
Jam
best
was
ones in my
awesome.
opinion. But like
I think the
this
real
one's
ones are
AI.
better, but
The original NBA Jam was my jam.
yeah, I like the actual.
Yeah, the NBA Jam
NBA
that's
games.
on,
Come on, it's
PS3 is like way better too.
Yeah,
But this one's pretty fun. I beat Schweiss yesterday with the announcer dudes. It's great.
yeah, Caleb. Yeah,
1 point.
It was
1
good.
point difference. Got a clutch 3 and then a dunk or no a layup at the last second.
Nice.
Literally 1 second left afterwards.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good times.
Yeah. Speaking of good times, I restarted, thank God, I restarted Alone in the Dark, A New Nightmare, and that's the only game. I've been so into that game this week. That's the only game I could play.
Wow.
Played for 12 hours, right?
I played about, they say it's only a 4-hour game, but I was able to find a way to make it a 12-hour game.
That sounds
Way
great.
to stretch it out.
Oh my God, it was so good, guys. I love this game. I can't wait.
Did you
to
find
review.
all the secrets and the secret rooms?
I found every first aid kit and a save charm on the way, and I killed everything in my path.
Wow. Too bad there's no trophies for it if you
I
liked
did
it so
get
much.
the really good guns. In fact, I used every single bit of ammo I had on the final boss. And I gotta get into the final boss. He was awesome. Let me tell you, just amazing. What the fuck are you guys doing?
I got the webcam and I was like rubbing Cameron's face. My hand just comes into frame with the angle for you two, and so I was just like running my hand along his face, my massive hand.
All right, so
Take me by the hand.
So, real quick, I do want to talk about. So last week I started a tangent talking about possibly getting an office for the shows, and a lot of people gave some support for the idea. Me and Schweiss have talked about it since then, and what we're going to do is we're not going to go ahead and get the office right off the bat. We have made a list of equipment in our Google Drive. Equipment in our Google Drive that we are going to, over time, purchase. Like right now, we have 3 webcams. We're using it over Twitch.
I just love the stand we have them on, too.
Basically, yeah, that's something that needs to change. Basically, the way we would do a live show, we would have 3 or 4 cameras set up over a streaming thing that you would switch between. You'd have another person doing that, like Jake is right now. You would switch between the camera angles, and what the fuck? God damn it! All right, and what we're going to do with the equipment stuff is we're going to basically just improve what we have. Fuck you guys! God damn it! Fuck you! You're so goddamn distracting. I can't finish a thought because you're like having your own little like club meeting over
I
here.
just want to see Caleb play an actual game of basketball with that on, like a sweat rack.
Yeah.
He just pulls it out.
Speaking of, we went into the Maverick parking lot today.
Oh, yeah.
And a dude passed us in a really old Mustang, and he had bleached hair that was parted in the middle down his face. He looked like Meg Ryan a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
And then he had a sweatband across, and the hair, the bleached tips. And I was like, I think that guy's a time traveler. I think that guy came in from 2001 and he landed right here.
And he's like, oh my
guys,
God.
he knows the secret. Go. It was like a young guy too. I was like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
He's like, wow, Trump really is the best. And he just goes back.
I-
Never thought he'd actually win.
Mission accomplished. That's what he says to
Yeah.
himself. And then okay. Streaming wise. Okay, so we got the list of equipment. We're basically just going to, over time, we're going to get every single thing on that equipment. We are going to do some experimenting as far as how we're going to stream and record episodes. So sometime in the future, we're going to try using shotgun microphones instead of the microphones that we have right now.
Yep.
And we're going to like change our settings so we can all be sitting on a couch and not have a microphone in front of our face and see what we can do. So it's going to be a lot of experimenting for a while. Basically, we're going to try to do everything we can without the office before we get to the office. But yeah, like I was saying about the webcams, replacing, like we have one dud webcam that's just like a little shittier than the other ones. So we would have to try to get the same model of a webcam and or get another type of camera to slowly replace those.
Yeah, get an official Cristo Redentor like webcam holder thing as well.
Let's do a Redentor.
The rig we have now.
No, well, you would have
Oh, the
3
rig
separate
right now is
tripods
just-
at
it's
the
just
same
gorgeous.
height, so that you can match the angles.
The amount of duct tape in that is just
The amount of
perfect.
duct tape on our rig, and no one can see it on Twitch, is insane. We have 3 cameras attached with duct tape on a
Approximately
monopod,
a whole roll.
which is a cross that goes over the single tripod that we have. Then we do have our China Mall up here that's given us a better light than what we normally have.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look great. It does look better, markedly better than last week, let's say, on the streaming. But yeah, and we're just experimenting right now. So we'll deal with that before we think about getting a place. And we'll also improve kind of the shows and in different ways, or other bonus aspects, like more streaming is a goal we have.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, do we have a question?
Well, we haven't. We've missed a very important aspect. of
We
the
haven't
show.
missed
We-
a.
Well, we
Oh shit!
didn't talk about.
We talked about the games we played.
Yeah. But has any? Oh, I also played Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, nice.
Somebody beat me game.
Cameron?
No, I have not beat a game.
Nope.
No.
Yes. I beat.
Is this the first? Is this the
A
first
new
time that's
nightmare.
ever happened?
Yeah, it's like the first time he's beaten a game when none of us have beaten a game.
So I'm winning, of course, at 11 games, and you guys are behind.
Golf score, yes.
All right.
Wait, when did you get into double digits?
Last week.
Last week.
Remember we celebrated?
Oh yeah, he played that King's Tale. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Caleb Craig. His number is King Hog.
That's right.
23 games beaten. Schweiss, 21 games beaten. 2 behind. Cameron Wilson is at 13 games, and I am 2 behind Cameron at 11 games beaten this
Perfect.
year. What are you guys laughing at?
Oh, I got a
His little
tweet
club.
from Pixel. He said,
Pixel's
what the fuck
yeah.
did I just walk into? He's got a picture of me with the fucking. I got Sarah's. What is this thing?
Garter.
Garter on my head like a sweatband. It's great.
I want you to see. I want to see you play a basketball game with that on.
Yeah.
I just want you to like get all serious. You lace up your fucking sneakers and you're ready. And just whip out the fucking garter around the head and you're like, "Let's go!" Oh man,
Oh my god! All right, why are you putting your dick in my mouth, Cameron?
why is your mouth next to my dick?
I just smelt something pleasant,
Something strong.
something
So-
strong.
From the old Schweiss.
Oh my
All right,
god!
you guys ready for this question?
I have my own.
Oh, okay.
Do we have one that's about a question for or like involving Alone in the Dark? Because I saw something.
We have one Alone in the Dark question. We'll probably just get to it in the review.
Okay, that
Yeah.
works.
All right, so this question is from Scott Stewart. It says, do you guys ever get into periods of long-term stagnancy where you have no drive to play or feel no enjoyment out of gaming? Say for whilst playing Armored Core, Whore's Answer, and Bounty Hunter. I doubt Caleb goes through his amazing... I doubt Caleb does this with his amazing King Hog spit roast status, but I personally have been dealing with it for a while. I have a massive physical and digital collection and have just been feeling so depressed in the lack of interest in most games.
Sounds like
Okay, I'll go ahead. Sorry.
No, you.
No, you got it.
Judgment.
I used to run into this a lot because I am a man of multiple hobbies. So, like, I really enjoy reading.
Yeah.
And so I would have phases where I would just read, like, a shitload. Like, I would just read. I would only read
Not
books.
this year though.
Not this year.
Not
no.
in years because of podcasts. But I wouldn't play any video games. I would just read books. Just dozens and dozens of books. Just tons of books, right? Nothing but reading. That was my pastime. And then I would like stop that for after a couple months, and then I would do a lot of gaming, and then I do a lot of movies, and then I do movies periodically throughout because I like movies well enough. But now it's just mostly the games. So like I don't feel it anymore. I don't feel much. That I just do it. It doesn't really. I don't really get into those.
Sounds like you're getting depressed.
Those situations. Well, no, it used to kind of be that. I called it gamer depression. where you would just like not want to play anything. You're like, I just don't feel like playing video games. And it was weird because like the month before, the week before, you'd be like, yes,
All I want to do
games.
is play video games.
Yeah, and then like I'm like, okay, now all I want to do is read. But I can't do that anymore. I can't have those phases because I have a video game podcast. So yes, but no would be my official answer. It doesn't really bother me now, but sometimes when I'm playing a game that isn't very fun, it can bother me to a pretty great extent. But I don't know. It's not quite the same levels that it used to be. It would just be like I just had no drive before. But now it's like, well, it's because I usually have 2 games that I need to work on, so that makes it a little bit better. Because I've got one for Ultima, one for Nude Clan most times, unless we're super behind.
You sure it's not the competition that's driving you?
There's that too, but I mean, I'm not that driven. I mean, I didn't even beat a game this week. So.
You have a goal that is just to beat me, Schweitz. I think you're pretty driven.
Well, I'm not beating you, so how
Yeah, so
driven
it might
can I
not be
be?
that driven.
I just
What is driving me absolutely fucking nuts about the thing that you're wearing on your head right now is that little thread that's just hanging out there. Okay, Caleb got
I like
rid
how
of
we all had our laugh about it, and then Joe just can't get off of it.
it. It's just when Twice is talking, all I see is this little black piece of string that's just like, hey, and I'm like, I can't hear anything you're saying right now, Schweiss, because all I'm seeing is this floppy little fucker
Yeah.
right there.
So that does help me though, because then it's like, well,
Damn it.
at least
Joe
I
doesn't
have-
like it floppy.
I don't have to play this particular game. I can go play a game for Ultima, or vice versa. Like, yeah, I have Stormblood to do, but Joe doesn't want to play today, so I'm just going to play Nier because it's fun and I want to play it. So like that helps, but I used to go through phases like that a lot. It'd be like months worth of one particular hobby that I would just get like really into.
Oh yeah, dude. Same thing for me. Like I had an entire year where I just like played nothing.
Oh,
and was
Netflix?
Just like the Netflix year,
Dude, the Netflix
the year of Netflix just like fucked all gaming. For
yeah,
me.
I know. I was like
And pretty much your whole life from
Yep,
then on.
yep.
Yeah.
pretty
And the
much.
funny thing is,
That was
it was
the
just him looking at which episode to watch. It's really all it was.
That was like half the
Yeah.
time, and then
Should
the
I
other
watch
time
this,
was
or
just
should
like
I
watching everything. That
the funny
Netflix
part
had
though
to
is
offer.
that's when I stopped going Trophy Hog too, because I started playing on PC a lot. But yeah, there was a time where I would always see Caleb Craig online, and it was nothing but Netflix. And then he ran out of things to watch on Netflix. Those were his
And that's when I
words.
went back to games. Yeah, dude, I fucking ran out of things to watch. And I was like, okay, I guess it's time for
Man, my
games
queue on
again.
Netflix is pretty fucking huge.
This was a while ago.
Yeah,
This was a long
This is
fucking
when he
time
lived down
ago.
south.
But this is also when
In
Netflix
Ephraim.
had a better selection, so I'm
They
having...
did.
It's true. I had watched everything.
Oh, my God.
look, at
Alright.
this, look at this guy. But yeah,
insane.
that's like a natural progression though. Scode did the same thing. He got his PS3 and he played a ton of games, and then it was just Netflix. Like I would never get him on a game ever
Dude,
again.
yeah,
It was just
the
Netflix.
stagnancy is also why I have a backlog of like 500 games.
And it's a Netflix phase that you must go through. And I never did. I went to PC instead. But now, yeah, Netflix is dead to me.
I never went through a Netflix phase. Always disappointed with the shows I try to watch. I'm like,
Well, it's
"Eh."
because Netflix doesn't have anything now.
Yeah, the shows on Netflix aren't quite worth
Forever.
it.
Because the
ago,
only thing
though.
worth watching is on HBO, and most of it's not on Netflix.
I just barely canceled my HBO subscription too. The show I want's not on anymore, so no more HBO. But I've had that where I'm just like, I'm so done with games right now. Usually, like you've got a new game, you're playing it, and all of a sudden, the newness of the game wears off, and so you're good to just read or do other stuff for a while.
Yeah, it sucks when you have a lot of things that you want to do.
Yeah.
I get into general swings of depression throughout the year. I usually get 1 or 2 like swings of just utter despair. And video games are usually the thing that I take out that despair upon. I say it's the video game's fault, but really it's time management is my issue. I do have a hierarchy of hobbies, and video games are not number one. As much as I love them,
It's hard because they're not number one and they can't be number one because they're doing other stuff.
But they have to be.
But sometimes they have to be number one, and that's like I have to beat this game, or else I'm going to have to fucking plan an episode. And we all know how that goes when I plan an episode. So I'm like, I got to beat it, and I have to keep it up as me not being the one who, like, I'm the only one who has not had to postpone because I didn't beat a game. So I have to keep that
No,
up.
I haven't postponed a game.
Oh, so you haven't postponed? I thought there was one time you didn't show up.
Nope.
There was one time that Caleb jointly postponed, I believe.
yeah, me and Cameron have
Jointly
both
postponed.
postponed, and then he blames it on me.
I would not have postponed if it weren't for you.
Okay,
I would have
all
beaten
right.
it.
You would have
would've
stayed
beaten
up
it.
all night and like destroyed it.
No, then I wouldn't have played the Battlefield instead.
Yeah, sometimes I don't feel like playing games. You know what? If you don't feel like playing games, don't play games. It's not a problem. It's obviously it's your body or your psyche telling you shouldn't be playing games right now.
Yeah, even we could get
Go
away
do
with that.
something worthwhile that's positive, hopefully physical activity or something creative that you can get your mind on. And then if you feel like it, bring back up the games when you want to. I think that's a totally healthy thing. It's not. I don't think it's unusual to feel like not playing a video game.
Yeah, that's why we made Super Hog, because sometimes you don't want to fucking play video games. Sometimes you,
You
want to watch
gotta
a
do
show.
other stuff. Yeah.
Everyone likes media, right? So
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Partake.
playing so many games if it weren't for this show. I'd probably play like maybe 2 games a year, and that'd be it. So, just think about it.
Yeah,
that
I've
way.
already beaten more games this year than I did last. No, I beat 17 games last year. I remember, but I've beat more games up to this point now than I did last
Oh
year.
yeah, by far.
Yeah.
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 So I know, like if I didn't have a full-time job, fuck, it'd be nice.
Yeah.
I had that when I was looking for jobs. I got the games done a lot faster.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
Joe would have like 4 times the amount he does now.
it's true. It's true. So yeah,
Yeah. Speaking of getting games done, do you guys have any more thoughts on that before I move?
no.
We do have a Hog update for the month of
Nice.
September.
And now, guys, this is actually the first time I've submitted my full hog.
Oh man.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
I
you
did-
made it real
Fucking
easy.
finally.
Joe. You made it real easy. I'm like, why haven't I
Only
been doing
took
this all
like
the time?
what, a year and 9 months for Cam to actually submit his hog.
I finally submitted my hog.
You know what the sad part is I think I deleted it and I didn't actually count it.
that'd be funny.
No, I'm serious.
Nah, I don't care.
It's not gone. It's not gone.
Finally took the time and then fucked him.
It's not gone forever though.
Yeah,
I think. Oh shit, dude, where is it?
I think my hog was around 311.
Let me look.
Your total hog?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. We got you. We got you.
Okay.
okay.
So for the month of September, do we do Super Hog first? Yeah, we do, don't we? We got True Hoax last place, sitting at 57 or 50.
how do you only have 50 points?
I don't know, man.
All I do is work and sleep.
Must be like only games or
Yeah,
only
just-
movies.
A handful of games.
I think it was only games at the time that it was submitted.
Okay, well that makes sense.
Second place,
You're
we've
not
got
counting the other stuff.
we've got Gary at 67 points. Third place, Connor, 88.
Third to last.
Third to last, sorry. 23rd place, Troy. Good man, Troy. Sitting at 119. 22nd place, Alex or R. Lennon. Not sure which one to go by. 174. Jared Helton, 21st. 261. Danny beating him out by 1 point with 262. Immortal, 142. Sitting at 314. Cameron Wilson, 341 in 18th place.
Oh,
It's
you're
all them audiobooks,
more than you
man.
thought.
Yeah, that's not bad. We've also got Matunica in 17th place at 362. Abrac in 16th with 374. Joe himself. It's been a while since you've actually submitted,
That's true.
but 411.
No.
I am at 442. Seventh Circle is
Of hell.
chilling at 489. The Scott Spot, 505. Felicia Nomiko, 604. Chase, rounding out the top 10 at number 10 with 612. Ninth place, our very own King Hog, Caleb Craig, with 701. Right above him.
What is it making your points go up so much?
keeping up. with
games
comics.
and
Comics.
comics.
Comics, yeah.
Because I
Telling you,
put-
dude, the big goal. It's
I've
really
actually,
getting.
I actually had a lot of exercise time this time around too, and even still, that's
The
all I had.
exercise doesn't add a lot of points. Unless you do like a fuckload of it.
We've got Disa Oakland, 94 points ahead of Craig in 8th place with 795. Jacob Wright, 942. And this is where it starts getting sick. Simon Parker, 1,037. Skull Haiti, 5th place, 1,083. Ryan Fisher, 4th place, 1,100. Lycan of Light, his first submission, 1,106. Second place, Chase
Got a couple
versus
books on him.
Game, 1337. I think I might have had
some
Chase on there
leaked.
twice, actually. Your second place, man. First place, a new submission, and I confirmed. I sent this guy an email. I was like, are you serious? He's serious. Mike Mribe. It's, I hope I didn't slaughter
And
that.
this is all consumption.
Yeah, just
Remember, we got
consumption.
rid of the ownage.
Honage isn't even on the form. 1,932.
Oh my
Holy
god!
Fuck.
What did he say?
Rounding
What was
out
it
the
mostly
top.
from?
That dude better be training for a triathlon. That's all I'm saying.
Is he like on the treadmill watching movies?
He
like,
says
what the
he
fuck?
works out 5 days a week. He has a long commute. He plays a shitload of games. Him and his girlfriend always watch movies. Like, it's just, this is made for this man.
Oh my god!
Our hog. So congratulations on coming in and
Congratulations.
sweeping it for that. And
Congratulations on your media consumption and exercise balance life.
Yeah. And then we also have the most important aspect, of course, the games beaten, the Nude Clan Hog leaderboard. Last place, Gary, 2 games. Tied for 27th place, we have a 4-way tie between Quetzalcoatl X, Krinatal, Felicia Nomiko, and Jarrett Helton. 24th place goes to Connor with 5. Then we have in 22nd place, or 23rd place, sorry, Disa Oakland. Right above that, we've got Troy Kavanaugh at 8. Danny 83222 with 9, tied with Corey and Alex. And then 17th place, we have True Hoax. And 16th, 2-way tie between Joe and Matunica with 11. We've got Immortal 142, tied with Chase and the Scott Spot for a 3-way 13th place tie. Me and Cameron. Wait, why does Cameron have 13 games in there? Oh, shit,
Cameron has
Cameron's
13.
alone at an 11th place with 13. Seventh Circle.
You should have more than 13 games.
I do. 7th Circle has 16. I have 21. Craig has 23. 9th place, Caleb. How does that feel?
I'm in the top 10.
That's ridiculous.
I'm in top 10
Top
on
10.
both
Top 10.
Super Hog and Nude Hog.
True. I am only in top 10 of 1, which is bullshit. We've got
I
Chase.
think I'm in 9th on both.
Chase versus Game, 24 games beaten. Skull in 7th place with 25. Abrac in 6th with 28. Tied. No, actually, sorry. He is tied with Simon Parker for 5th place. And 4th place, we have Lycan of Light with 29 games. 3rd place, Ryan Fisher, 34. 2nd place, Jake with 50.
He doesn't count.
2nd place. 1st place, Mike Mribe with 52
That's the new guy.
games beaten. Yeah, that's the new guy.
Mike, wow.
Yeah.
52
I want to see that
already. 52 already. That's insane.
That is a lot
Crazy.
of games beaten. That is ridiculous.
All right, congratulations to our hoggers, to our little piggies out there.
Yeah, our little
piggies.
piglets.
Yeah.
You got to grow up by the end of the year.
All right, should we get to this review of this wonderful game?
Yeah, might as well.
It's going to be a great Infogrames. Just remember, Infogrames.
They're gonna be like, "Why is that so funny?"
So,
There was a glitch.
They'll be on Shadow Island in about an hour.
my patience has its limits.
So
Is that clear, Johnson?
Perfectly simple.
Edward Carnby lost his friend tonight. Murdered. That's as much as he knows. Investigation. That's what Carnby is good at.
Voiceover.
That's his job. No one hired him on this case. He just knows he has to
not
go
really
all
true.
out
No one
to
hired
be
him
able
on
to
this
sleep
case.
at
He's
night
just
again.
an ass.
Can you trust your memory? Can you really be sure of your past? These are questions Alien Sedrak has been asking herself for years, and somehow she's afraid of getting an answer.
Listen, Miss Sedrak. I don't think you have any idea of the dangers awaiting us below.
Dangers? What could possibly be dangerous?
My best friend was murdered on Shadow Island. And I swear I'm gonna track down the scum that did it.
Facial expressions are perfect.
Two destinies, one place. Shadow Island. A realm of darkness. A place born bad. Beware of what you see. Beware of what you know. And remember, whoever walks there, walks alone.
Okay. What words to describe?
Investigation.
Investigation is one word, yes.
He's good at his job.
No, that is his job.
So, this game created by Infogrames and Dark World, I think, is the other company. I guess it was technically the fourth Alone in the Dark game.
Yeah.
A lot of people just shorthand call it Alone in the Dark 4. It's actually its own standalone game because I guess it's not canon
Yeah.
with the other Alone in the Dark games, but it was the one that was adapted into the
movie
famous
that we will be watching.
movie
Yeah.
Alone in the Dark. So, the story.
What story?
The story, Craig. There is an island called Shadow Island. There's a woman who thinks that her father was Dr. Morton.
Yeah. Good old Aileen.
And then they go and they get separated after.
Do they get it on at any
They
point?
get on the no, they don't. When they get on Shadow Island, they start investigating. It's a little weird. All these creatures are showing up, and then she's got to find the statues to I guess solve their issue with this dark world. You thought the story was good, Craig? Is that right?
I'm gonna ask again. What story?
No, I'm sorry. I'm giving story a 9 out of 10. I thought it was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How about gameplay? What about gameplay?
We're moving on already, huh?
Yeah, let's move on to gameplay. You gave the story, what, an 8?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, all
Let's
right.
give it an 8.
Okay, so gameplay, fantastic survival horror game. Look, I said I didn't like the tank controls. It was a lie. After I restarted the game, I realized my problem was I was just bad. You
were the problem.
The game
Okay.
was good. In fact, the game is it's just revolutionary, really. The fact that you have to run from every single thing, the weapons are almost useless. It really adds to the horror element. I give the horror element gameplay An 8 out of 10. There were, of course, some glitches, which we talked about last week, so I can't give it a 10 out of 10. But I loved it. I thought it was great. Music. The soundtrack, the one soundtrack was awesome, and it really brought in the terror. So I'm giving the soundtrack a 10 out of 10. It can't really be any better. The performances of the voice actors, holy crap. They acted in this game, and it was perfect. And replayability, I already replayed it. I already replayed it. That's 100% right there. That's 10 out of 10. What is that, like an 89 out of 100? I think, yeah. You agree, Craig? You agree? That's the shortest review we'll ever have. No! This game was fucking terrible. Okay, story. Let's get into story, Craig. Exactly. What fucking story? There was nothing there.
There was nothing.
Okay, all right. There's an island. Some shit happens. You get separated, which honestly isn't that big of a deal because you meet up 10 minutes later and then you're like, well, let's solve these puzzles separate but equal. And then I guess it's her father and he's trying to summon these demon things and then she's got to get rid of him. That really is like the deal. And it makes about as much sense as my explanation does. It is that hollow and that it's so uninteresting that even I'm watching the cutscenes and nothing is coming into my head.
The trailer literally told you everything you needed to know. Literally, that's just it.
Every single thing.
Even the Carnby side is literally you just try to find out who killed his friend. And that is it.
And then she wants to find her father. Yeah. She doesn't know who her father is. She thinks it's this guy. And then you got to close the circle of hell, which they called the world of darkness.
Yeah.
It wasn't even hell, even though it totally is.
I guess that's what it was supposed to be, whatever. But
the cutscenes also had the worst sound design of all time. So there was dialogue in there. I was watching it with Caleb Craig in one headphone and me listening in the other. So maybe that was part of the problem. But I would go through the cutscene and I'd be like, Caleb, I have no idea what he just said. He said something and it was like, and then she was like, and the music is like, I didn't hear anything. I didn't fucking hear a thing.
That. What was that again?
That's exactly the point. That's exactly my fucking point. Story. Caleb Craig, what did you think of the story? Just in general.
Okay, the story is complete. It's completely empty. Like, there's fucking nothing there. Like, you investigate a little bit with the puzzles and you're trying to find out who killed his friend. But then, like, you just find out. Like, there's no real investigation. It's just in puzzles, and then you find out that the only fucking dude on the island is the dude who fucking did it. So it's like, there's no investigation that really happens at all.
Oh, you do have to investigate how to get the paintings to move over so you can get the keys,
you have
right?
to fucking solve the puzzles, if you can call that investigation.
By God, if you click on the wrong...
but like, so there's nothing in the story at all, and then they're like, all right, so this dude is going to use some ancient Indian spell to open the world of darkness to bring out the lizard people from underneath a cave in the island that are somehow going to cover the world in darkness because he's sick of the light. Okay.
So he's got camera eyes.
Sounds like quite the story.
That's what he says, dude. He's like, the light has reigned for too long. It is time for the world of darkness. And then
like
you literally
FF4
go into a
ripoff.
place called the world of darkness.
Yes.
That is the story.
We're not touching upon the fact that trailer, that shitty fucking trailer, is better than most of the cutscenes in this game.
You didn't need to play the game, and that literally gave you everything you needed to know.
I confirmed with Dwayne, the native expert, this is all bullshit. Also, by the way, there is no lizard men in caves.
To contraire.
No World of Darkness, you know.
That's
I started with the first cutscene, and I was like, okay, so we're getting all this information from the trailer, mostly, by the way. The first cutscene, it's nonsensical. the way they tell the story with the dialogue and the pacing of it, it is just bad. It's like someone's first short film in junior high bad. Like, it is that badly told.
I remember my first short film in junior high, and that was bad.
That was bad, right?
It was bad.
The pacing was all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
You weren't really clear about what the story was.
And then your partner doesn't show up half the time because he's busy getting high. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was okay. So,
You're talking about me?
No, I'm not talking about you.
Actors are just flaky, though, to be fair. That is just, they'll continue to be flaky. But the story is awful. I know that there is a plot there, but it is bogged down with terrible dialogue.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the worst written dialogue I've ever seen in any video game.
Oh yeah, dude. The villain, every single line that he says made me fucking laugh my ass off.
If you heard it.
Yeah,
if you heard it at all. So you have the worst dialogue being covered up by the worst sound to do
the
this
fucking
game.
opening made me laugh my ass off too. Where it's like Edward Carnby, and like it's 12:03 p.m. at
October
AM,
21st,
like,
2001.
Yeah, like this is the super serious thing, and then it's like, oh my god, and then like just the dude's voice, like I was like, oh my god, this is hilarious.
It's like you got your next door neighbor do his narrator voice to come narrate your game for you.
That's exactly what it sounded
Yeah.
like. Yeah, it was
You
fucking
just got to
funny.
save on money, man.
And then the one theme song you get throughout the whole game too is here's my rendition.
That
it
is
just gets
literally what it
louder.
sounds like. Yeah.
And I'm like, the version on Aline, because of course, if we have to go over this again, which we will in gameplay in a second, the Aline parts actually have a variant on
Oh
that
my
thing.
god, there's a second
Is
track?
it just the opposite? Is it
It is slightly different. So I will give it that. There are at least 4 tracks of music in this game.
Oh, okay.
4. Because there's one boss, that one.
Yeah.
There's the boss theme. Then there's the battle theme or the scary theme in Carnby. And then there's the scary theme in Aline. And then there's the final song.
The one after the credits?
Yep.
Alone in the dark.
So those are the 4 soundtracks. Oh, and then there's the menu theme as well.
Yeah.
So
okay,
there's 5. There's 5
songs.
tracks in this entire
Alright.
game. So, but we're not even to there, Craig.
No, we're not.
Worst voice acting, badly told story, not much of a story anyway. I guess they tried to do a cool thing where they had 2 different characters kind of like meet up and you can do the 2 different game
Sort of.
campaigns
Yeah.
that are supposed to, interconnect, and you can I can see it from this character's point of view. That's pretty cool. Okay, all right, I'll give it that try. But I'm gonna give story, because it tried, a 3 out of 10. A 3 out of 10 for story.
I was honestly thinking the same.
You were thinking the same? 3 out of 10?
Yeah, because there is nothing there. Nothing. And then the dialogue is so poor. It adds literally nothing to the story. If it was silent, nobody fucking said a word, it would probably be better.
Yes.
It would probably make more sense.
It would be better. Yeah.
So I can't in good conscience give it anything better than that.
It's unbearable.
It is.
It really is. When the cutscenes start, I'm just like, fucking kill me. And all the dialogue between them is so fucking awkwardly done. Okay, so I would actually, here's another thing that added to my gameplay, but I'm not going to worry about the score when it comes to this thing, but my R2 trigger on my PS3 turns out to be the most sensitive fucking button on my controller. A feather could land on it and it would press the R3 thing. I don't know what on the inside is sticking, but there's something that is making it so that I can just barely brush it. And it'll be when I have a 2-minute timer going and I got to stop something, and she'll stop and then I'll answer the walkie-talkie and go, Carnby? But those conversations that they have with each other, it'll start with fear, and then there'll be like an innuendo joke. Yep. And there's no constant like mood with any of the dialogue in the game.
No.
I can't remember what was said in the final cutscene, but it was like it was some of the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. I wish I could just pull it up because then I could show it, but it's so bad. That's what you just have to take our word for it. The dialogue is terrible. The trailer was taking dialogue from the game, so if that can tell you,
yeah,
that can tell you the quality of both the voice acting and the written dialogue.
My friend.
Oh my god, dude!
I'm gonna find out who did it.
So stupid.
You understand, Johnson? I talking to his penis.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was painful.
So bad. Gameplay. Could you describe how this game plays, Craig?
No, I can't because it's impossible. There is okay. It does have the best tank controls I've ever played. Let's put that out there.
Explain what you mean by the best tank controls.
All right. So
now I have misused tank controls in the past. There is something very specific with tank controls. So in case, like, I listened to the Armored Core review, I called the controls tanky in the Armored Core.
No.
And what I meant was like it feels like lumbering and terrible. I didn't realize what actual tank controls were.
Yeah, that
forward is forward for the character's POV, and then everything is from there.
Yeah,
that's awful. Okay.
Yep.
Best tank controls you've ever played.
Yeah. So I had played Silent Hill, and I have played Parasite Eve, unfortunately, and
2.
Yeah, Parasite Eve 2.
Parasite Eve 1 had normal controls.
It had normal controls.
Yeah, it did.
It was a much better game.
Why'd they go back?
Dude,
I don't know, and I bitched because it was 2000, and this is 2001.
Dude,
this
there is no excuse to be using tank controls.
I'm pretty sure this is why the terrorists,
directly connected to 9/11.
Yeah. But like for the problem I had with Parasite Eve 2, which was a year before this, was that their tank controls were fucking sensitive as fuck. And you move really fucking quickly. So you're bumping around way too much. And that was a huge problem. But for Alone in the Dark, it was slow enough and smooth as buttery enough.
Smooth as buttery enough.
Yep.
That's a line from this game, right?
It probably is.
Carnby, smooth as buttery enough.
Carnby. Who fucking names the main character Carnby?
I don't know. And he's like a legend.
Sounds to
in
me
this
like
series.
corned beef hash.
he's a legend in the series. I'm like,
he's like the main character from the other one.
Is this series serious? Like, does anyone actually fucking play
tries
this?
so hard.
Edward Carnby with
Fuck
his
that.
fucking mullet.
They act like, oh yeah, Edward Carnby. It's like Solid Snake, right? It's like, no, it isn't like fucking Solid Snake. He's a greasy fuck. He's disgusting.
Sounds like it should be like a 20s, what do you call it? Investigation thrillers. Like he's the private eye.
Carnby.
It's Carnby.
Come into my office, Carnby. Got our mission for you.
Yeah, but so the controls were better, like the best tank controls I've ever played, which is not very high praise considering that tank controls are in of itself garbage. So that was a fun experience. But yeah, the gameplay in this is fucking awful. The fucking combat is impossible. Like, it literally wants you to run from everything that you possibly can, which I don't even understand why they would put enemies in there if that's what they fucking wanted.
Oh, I don't understand why they would give you a double. Okay, look, this is the problem I have with the gameplay. I didn't play very much of this game. I think the tank controls aren't as good as Resi 3's.
No, dude, they're slightly better than
They
Resi
are
3's.
smooth, though. They are very
Resi 3,
smooth.
I think half the reason that they're good is because of the camera angles, which in Alone in the Dark,
Are
the
awful.
camera angles are fucking terrible.
Yeah, the game wants you to die.
Yeah, it
and it's
fucking
not like
wants
the
you to
camera
be-
needs to kill you.
That's it.
Because the
Hold on.
This is how you're going to display this noise.
I saw a helicopter on the West Shore. You haven't a second to waste. Hurry, because the sun will be rising soon.
But, and you?
I can now
But,
fulfill
and
my
you?
destiny.
That line. That line made me scream last
It
night.
sounds like
Laughter?
it sounds like they wrote it in
But
another.
and you?
It sounds like they wrote it in
But
another.
and you what? Which sentence are you? It's not
Did
an
you just have a
accidental-
fucking
No,
stroke?
no. It sounds like they wrote it in another language and
and
used
you.
Google Translate to translate it over.
That is,
before
but they
people-
didn't,
But
Cameron.
they had to
They
pay.
didn't.
They had to pay somebody to say that line, and they didn't say
But-
it.
and you.
And you.
Yeah, they had to have read the script too, and they didn't.
Yeah. Here's the thing with the gameplay in this game that bothers me so much is that the game gives you weapons of mass destruction. You have a double-barreled revolver.
And a fucking triple barrel shotgun.
I didn't ever get that, but yeah, I got. Okay, look, I go into the game and I'm like, the first of all, I knew it was going to be trash. Because,
Buttery smooth controls, yes.
yeah,
Yep, buttery smooth.
I knew it was going to be trash because the menu was cheesier and more gay than Resident Evil's. It's like alone,
gay.
alone in the dark. I'm like, okay, this is gonna suck. So I do new game, and I'm looking at the screen, and it's like Elaine, a girl who doesn't know her father. That's her special characteristic. I'm like,
Special.
I'm like,
Characteristic.
okay, you're a bastard, all right. And I move on. It's like a man, or it's like Carnby, a man who has a double-barreled revolver. I'm like, well, bullshit, but cool. I'll take this guy. I play the game for a little while. I hate it. I die because I'm running into chairs and hallways with zombies. And then I find ammo. I find shotgun ammo on the ground, and it's like, this appears to be shotgun ammo for the triple-barreled shotgun. And I'm like, what? How do you know? Do they have like a weird little clip thing where it's
Says
like
the
a
number
peel
3
away?
on the side.
And I'm like, are you anticipating finding a triple-barrel shotgun here? Because I feel like you're probably not going to find one. But you do.
Okay, explain to me though. In the real world, with a double barrel shotgun, do you have to get specialty double barrel shotgun?
it says 2 pins.
Oh, or is it just 2 barrels and you use shotgun ammo?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was laughing
This
so
is
hard at that. I was like,
specialty ammo.
I was like, this game needs to like lengthen its dick by adding a barrel to everything it sees. You've got
and it
these
doesn't
70
help
no
at all.
That's the worst part. It's like you got a big dick of gun here, right?
Oh,
You've got
I
this.
thought you were complimenting.
You got this mega schlong weapon, but it doesn't do anything to anything around
No,
you.
dude,
I have to use more than a clip, more than 12 shots to kill most of these guys. I have a double barrel revolver.
Dude, the fucking
I have to
triple
reload
barrel
it before killing
shotgun still takes
anything.
like 3 or 4 shots to kill a zombie.
That's sick. Why?
Why does the scientist guy in this remote island have rocket launchers and ammo for said rocket launchers just hanging around?
Yeah, there's a grenade launcher in a room, and I used it indoors. That is not safe.
It's like that. It's like that. It's like that one Green Beret guy from The Rock.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. He just brought all the good shit with him.
Yeah. He's
like, oh, I'm gonna unleash the demons of this island, but also,
oh my god,
I got this.
It is The Rock, kind of. It's on an island.
Oh my god,
it's worse, but
it's way worse.
we needed Nick Cage in this game.
In comparison, The Rock is an Oscar winner. Okay, to this game. This game would only have 2% on Rotten Tomatoes in comparison to
Elaine.
to the 100% Rock. Okay, so it's a tank control survival horror game. You run around on different screens, it's preloaded screens like they do in old PS1 era stuff, which is when the game came out on. The camera angles are fuckfacery, by the way. It's doesn't make any sense.
No, they don't. They change constantly too. Whenever you walk like halfway through a room.
No, yeah, there'll be little spots where it's like, well, if you stand in this pixel, then you'll have the different change. But my God, if you move out of that pixel, it'll also. So like, we had someone paint this entire frame for you to use in a space that would equate to about half a foot of movement in the real world. So there's shit like that. It is annoying as fuck. And then the guys coming after you, it doesn't matter what the fuck you hit them with unless it's the rocket launcher. They will not die. And in the final areas, they respawn all the time. So here's what you do in this survival horror game. You run.
Yep.
You run from everything except for bosses you are forced to fight.
There are other things that you have to fight too, but for the most part.
But it's not just that the camera angles are bad. Everything looks like shit.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad.
It's dark for the mood or whatever, but things that look like they are the floor turn out to be walls. And then things that look like walls
turn out to be doors.
Turn out to be
my God.
The floor, aka the doors, the way to get to the next area. There was a pillar area in the bottom where it looked like another pillar. Next to some pillars,
and it's a door.
And it's the way through.
Yeah, there was one where I was like,
God.
I don't know where to go. I'm like, when you help her up through the floor in the very beginning, I was like, I don't know where to go, and it's because the fucking wall was a door. I'm like, that isn't a door; it's a mirror. Why? It's a wall-mounted mirror and like a coat hanger or something, and he fucking opens it. I'm like, ooh, this game.
Also,
the fuck would you make?
So
that
that's the combat aspect of this game. If you get in a boss fight, you just kind of spin around until he's in your sights, and then you use the thing. Luckily, there's an auto aim function. Thank God in this game. That's its saving grace. The puzzles, Craig. I don't believe that there is a person on this planet that exists who has ever played this game and was able to solve the puzzles without help. I don't believe that person exists. How much of the puzzle solving were you able to do without looking up a guide?
Very little. I was able to do the library part without a guide.
You were?
Yeah, dude.
What the little white and red dots?
Dude, I was lucky as fuck for that part. But there's a part where you have to fucking go and touch some paintings for some shit. And if you touch the wrong fucking one, it breaks your game. It fucking breaks it.
Hold on. We'll wait for the glitch in a little bit. Because,
God.
Okay. You are right. That also breaks the glitch, but then the painting shit is just bullshit. I accidentally solved one of the painting things, and I said, okay, I solved one puzzle in this game. I'm good. The walkthrough shall show me how to beat all the rest of these puzzles, because, like, there's things like you would have never thought to select this.
Oh, yeah.
In the Aline one, you have to make this item out of a whole bunch of items you gather throughout the game, and you have to put them together in a very specific order. There's no way. There is no way. It would take you 100 years to figure out the combination of shit that you have to put together in order to create this plasma cannon bullshit. There is no... I did that thing, and I was like, this would have never happened. There was no like book anywhere that said, oh, and if you put this together with this and then this together with this, you'll make this. There was nothing. Like with the dates and shit, which are usually part of the puzzles, because this scientist guy is going around his house and he's like making contraptions that, oh, you better put in the password, which is my wedding date and shit like that. That's everywhere in his house.
Yeah, a guy clearly doesn't know password protection rules.
Anyway, so everything it would be impossible. 100% certain, unless you had an entire lifetime devoted to this piece of shit, there would be no way for you to solve these puzzles.
And a lot of them are really lazy, too. It's like, oh, shit, I got a puzzle in front of me. And then I walk 2 steps. I'm like, oh, okay, there's the answer to the puzzle. I'm like, it's like they played Resident Evil, and they're really lazy. It's like someone who were to create like a fake Nude Clan podcast, but it's just trash. Like they tried to copy, but they just got really lazy by the end, and they only reviewed like mobile games, like, or something shitty. Just like they wanted to do something because they saw other people do it well, but they just can't, and they're so bad at it.
So the puzzles are shit. Items now in this game, there are a set amount of items. You can grab those items, and within your 4 hours, and I say that with quotes, by the way, because it's bullshit, 4 hours, you have to spread out 12 saves. That's the total. That's if you followed the walkthrough, like I did for the second playthrough, completely, and got every single motherfucking save charm. A save charm. And then there are a certain amount of first aid kits up until the end of the game when you get the little baggie that you can fill up and then have some health, which should have been from the beginning.
Yep, it really should have.
Okay. And same with fucking ammo in guns until the very end of the game when you can get the lightning gun, which refillable once again.
The god tier item.
Yes. Okay. This is terrible. There's about 1 million different ways they could have used a save function in this game.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been better. Someone said, look, we can have save points since you're repeating areas. You know, you can just have certain save points in the house, or maybe every time you open a door, it can auto save, or if there's not an enemy around, you can go into the menu and save. No.
You
what
have
they
to
did,
have a limited number of items that allows you to save.
that are hidden. They're not shining out for you. They are hidden items in this game that you then have to use up. You can only use them once.
So there's not even like a save location.
No,
you can save
you
anywhere.
have a limited number of saves within a hidden item that you have to go and find.
But I do
and
praise-
sometimes it'll give you like 5 of them, and sometimes it'll give you 1.
I do praise it for allowing you to save wherever you want, though.
Oh yeah, that's a nice feature in a way.
It's not really wherever you want.
Yeah, it's only wherever you want if you have one of these.
If there's
fucking tokens.
certain sections in the game where if you save, you will save right before that section happens, regardless.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes. So it's not actually whenever you want. In other words, this is the worst fucking mechanic on top of the save controls that you could put into a fucking game is having saves. It's like if every save in FF7 was the save crystal that you grabbed. Remember that one part and you can save anywhere with this thing. If that was it, that would be the game. In case anybody is wondering how the fuck a fucking save charm works. I can't believe that they would do this. I cannot believe that they would do this. Okay. That's pretty much the game. Gameplay wise.
Well, and it wants you to be in the menus like it's a fucking 100-hour RPG.
Don't reload outside of the menu.
No. That's a survival horror common thing, though.
But they
it's
still
not-
allowed it to. Okay. You can.
But the menu takes forever to get to the weapons. Is the problem with this?
You have to. It takes
And the
forever to
menu
get
controls
into
are
the
also
menu.
ridiculous too.
Yeah.
It takes forever to get into the menu, and then you have to fucking select the gun, and then you have to reload it with the fucking specific ammo, and then you have to like search all your fucking items, which it's just, like thrown out everywhere. And it's like, hey, fucking look at all this shit you have now, and like try to wade your way through each little fucking thing until you find like the goddamn save charms or whatnot that you fucking need. It's like every 5 seconds you need to open up the goddamn menu. And I'm like, fucking hell!
On Carnby's playthrough, how many times do you have to combine items?
There's a few, but I probably not as much as Aline.
Okay. Aline had a mega item, man. It was every item. Like, if you had missed one of these things, my God. the world. You would just kill yourself if you found out that, oh my God, I had to grab. There was like 11, dude. There were 11 items spread throughout the entirety of the island that you were supposed to grab in certain sections, and they were not all obvious. And I don't know what I would have gone through if I did not follow that walkthrough and had missed that shit. I would probably blow up your PlayStation 3. The one that I borrowed from you.
We should probably do that anyway. It's been tainted.
We should. It has been tainted. It has Armored Core in the disc tray and has
one more reason.
And has a new Nightmare installed. So it's pretty much corrupted. You shouldn't connect that to the internet. It's gonna fuck the world over.
Yeah, it's gonna be Y2K all over again.
It's too much. Okay. Now we can talk about what glitches did you run into, Craig?
Well, I didn't run into as many as you, but there was one where the fucking paintings in a puzzle that you have to touch in a like certain order and shit for whatever reason. And if you touch one specific one out of order or at all, it will just fuck you. It will fuck your game. It'll freeze it.
It'll literally something will come out.
Oh yeah,
and
something like
you.
fucking Sadako from The Ring just fucking comes out and sodomizes you with a zombie hand. It was not pleasant. Okay, it was not pleasant, and I did this twice on accident. And I had forgotten that my last save was like an hour back. And I was pissed.
I'm surprised I did not hear more about this from you. You were silent as the grave regarding this game, and I was like,
he got raped.
Yeah, I was like, Joe's just being a bitch.
Came out of the TV and
I
raped
spent
him.
an entire day
It's like, is it
playing
like,
this game until I was done.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to shoot myself at the end of the fucking game.
I thought it was like maybe a Ring/Fight Club crossover. It's like you don't talk about the new Nightmare.
You don't,
And
dude.
you got
You don't.
sodomized.
You don't unless you want to feel PTSD. Like that's you just don't. Because it's fucking horrible.
Yeah, I didn't care for it either, the gameplay. I can't talk much on the rest. Actually, no, I can. But the gameplay is one that I am not a fan of.
There was another one where, okay, I think I mentioned this before, like how I had that one glitch in Call of Duty Black Ops where I shot a dude and he just like, his face was gone, his weapon was gone, he was chasing me down through the level, beating me down, even during a fucking cutscene that I nearly died and I had to escape from.
I witnessed this, dude. I was over.
It was so funny.
This guy was just, he was swinging his arms like he was melee attacking Craig, but there was nothing in his hands and his face was gone. Like Caleb shot his face off.
So
he was just like chasing him, and then he goes over and like gets locked into this cutscene, and the guy starts talking to him, and then this dude is just there, just killing him, and he just kills him, and he can't move.
There was a part that was eerily reminiscent of that moment with one of the fucking dogs who will fucking chase you because they are fast.
Oh yeah, fuck the dogs.
I shot this thing with all of my ammo. All of it. And he did not die, and he was coming for me. And I was fucking running as fast as I fucking could. But he was coming, and he fucking like cut me off. And I had to back up, and he moves so slow when you back up. And so I tried to turn around, and he fucking like got on top of me, and it looked like he was fucking humping me while he was fucking killing me. And he was just like, he couldn't do anything. I couldn't move, and he was just like humping me, and it was doing damage. I couldn't run away. I couldn't turn. I couldn't do shit to this fucking dog thing. He was just raping me, and all my health was like, it was just going down. I tried to go into the menu, and I used up all my fucking health trying to get away from this guy. And I died.
Fucked to death.
I died. I couldn't. Yeah, I fucked to death, and I prolonged it.
You gotta be
I
careful with those
prolonged
dogs,
it
man.
with all
They'll
my
pump you to
health
death.
packs.
I mean,
Death by doggy snoo snoo. That sounds like.
corned beef cornhole.
I couldn't fucking get away from for this thing.
Corned cornhole tonight at 9.
It was immortal, and I could do nothing to escape its wrath.
Okay. I have a list of, I believe, 5 glitches. Major glitches in this game. My first playthrough of this game,
Because he loved it.
ended with a glitch. Now, I was, admittedly, stupidly, following a speed run of this game, which means someone very confident in their ability to play Alone in the Dark obviously knew the controls and knew exactly what direction to face every single screen in order to get through really quickly. Okay, I shouldn't have followed that person because that person's not going to pick up all the saves and all the health packs on the way there.
Right, speed.
The game can fuck you over depending on where you save. If you saved in a place with no health packs and you have no health, you can die instantaneously if you save in the wrong spot, which happened. Until I figured out how to get that fucking rocket up that zombie's ass and then get past him into the library. I do the library fucking puzzle, which of course I had to look up because I don't know how the fuck you solve that. Bullshit. It was just like a triangle with dots. And like, what the fuck does that mean? What is that? When you click on the book,
Dude,
there's 3 books in the library.
It took me a while.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it took you a fucking 100 years is what it took you. Just like, what do these books mean? Do you want to press the book in? Yes, press the book in, and then like a red dot will appear. And it'll be nonsensical if you clicked a different book at a different time. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay, so there's that puzzle. I finish the puzzle and I save in a bad spot. I save right after I finish that puzzle and I walk up those stairs. The boss spawns. The boss runs into a corner and just circles that corner over and over again. And Craig, I used every single fucking bullet and rocket in my inventory and shoved it up that guy's ass, went back and forth on the screens. You can see this fucking thing. You can see it on Twitch if you want to. The video should still be there. I was going back and forth. The boss would only animate in the middle. He would never attack me, so I was like, oh, thank God he's not attacking me because I have no health still. I still have no health when I'm fighting this guy. I'm like, oh, maybe this glitch will be to my advantage. And then he doesn't die. He doesn't die, and I saved over my last save, so I couldn't just go back to the zombie fuckers and then restart there. I had to go back to the beginning of the fucking fuck place library. That was one glitch that, of course, made me restart the game. On top of that, by the way, in that same file, there was a part where you went up the ladder in the library, you went outside, and there were the fucker dogs there.
Yep.
I got past the dogs. Then when I went down, and maybe this was the warning, when I went down after I got that save charm, and of course had to use it immediately, by the way, which was ironic, I got down the save charm, the dogs were running in the corner. That should have been the sign. That should have been the sign to say, the game has glitched, get the fuck out, right? Yep. Like there's a poison touch has gone into the system. Okay, it's been infected. And then when I was like looking at a walkthrough, I was looking in the Carnby walkthrough. That's where I read about don't touch the wrong painting or else you're going to create a game-breaking glitch. A game-breaking glitch is talked about in this walkthrough of this game as just a thing that will always happen. A game-breaking glitch if you touch...
Red flag.
If you... Red flag. A game-breaking glitch if you touch the wrong fucking painting. Okay, I said. Okay. Now, I really...
Don't touch the
painting. Really didn't want to restart the fucking game. But I said, fine. Caleb Craig said that the Alene version is more puzzles and less combat, so hopefully I'll lose less health when I get into the Alene version of the game. And I started it right. Straight up started with a walkthrough. Just had one video playthrough of it on YouTube up, and in another tab on my laptop, I had a written walkthrough. Craig, the word glitch written in that walkthrough 6 times. The word glitch in a walkthrough. Now, you have to be into this game enough and you have to know it enough to be able to write a walkthrough.
Yeah, you got to know this shit.
You
like,
have to know this
through and
fucking
through.
game, and this was before the fucking IGN walkthroughs. You have to know this game and really like it enough to be able to do, okay, I'm going to do a walkthrough. Now, there's an automatic flaw in this game when the fucking walkthroughs have to tell you about a game-breaking glitches that happen at regular intervals throughout this motherfucking piece of shit. Okay, this is on the Aline one, by the way. I don't even know how many were on the Carnby one, although I found a few, obviously. It straight up says game-breaking glitch. Now, the final boss in this game was one fuckface, and I think it's a glitch. I think it was a glitch that was going on. What was the other one with Aline?
That's the sad part, is that you're not sure if the game's functioning as intended or not. I'm like, is this glitch or is this just pile of shit? I'm not sure.
I just forgot. I forgot one of the other things. One of my other glitches.
The one where she disappears?
Yes. Okay. So there's that one, and then there's an. Okay. All right. The first glitch that I ran into Aline was about halfway point, or past the halfway point with Aline.
Were you warned by the walkthrough?
No. No, I was not. I met Carnby down the way right before the World of Darkness starts.
Right.
And we were just having a grand old time. And I was like, I'm going to beat this fucking game in like 20 minutes here. Okay. Like, right, 40 minutes or whatever I had left. I go, and 20 minutes of cutscenes later, feels like 20 minutes. I guess it was probably like 5, but it made me so angry that I had to shut down the game immediately afterwards. I have proof of this on the old Twitter. I walked into an area. God forbid I explore around and press the action button to see if there's anything hidden around me. I go into this little dark cubby. Remember, everything in this game looks like a fucking asshole. So I assumed it was a doorway of some kind, or like a trap door, because the guide said that there was a trap door coming up. So I'm like, it must be the trap door. This archway thing that I see. And my character phases in to the fucking wall, and I see her leg poking out, and I try to turn around. It's not working. I walk around everywhere. I see her shadow and her leg move over like 3/4 of the screen over to the side. And then I tried to turn around from there, and I lost her. I fucking lost her in the map. I couldn't leave. I couldn't fucking leave after all the shit that I had been through. I phased into a wall.
I think I was there for that one, yeah.
You weren't there for that one. I posted it on Twitter.
Oh, was that Carnby or is that...
That was Aline.
it was Aline.
Oh, okay.
This is Aline we're talking about here. Okay. That glitch, I got so mad I had to put the game down. I was like, I'm fucking done tonight. I don't give a fuck right now. I had to restart the fucking game because of a glitch, and now this glitch is coming in the middle of it. And then the game can fuck you over even more. There is a place in this game where, God forbid, you didn't pick up that Indian flask. And God forbid, you don't have any more first aids on you. And God forbid, you got hit by the boss right before this part. But there is a ledge that Aline has to jump off of. And in a cutscene, creatures are attacking you, and it doesn't matter. It's coded in. You will get health taken down. And I saved right before this fucking part. And I didn't know about the Indian flask. Thank God I had grabbed it. And filled it up. that was the important part, because you got to fill it up at the little pools. I jump down. They start attacking me in the cutscene. Like, the little bars come down, and it's like, ooh, look, you had to jump down, and these little guys are attacking you. The cutscene stops, and I knew I had no health, and I'm like, oh, I hope that wasn't like permanent damage. It was. It was legitimately permanent damage. My guy, immediately, she just falls down. She just falls down when the cutscene ends, and the game is over. And so luckily, I had the fucking Indian flask on me. I looked at my walkthrough and it was like, use the Indian flask like a health thing. And I was like, oh, Jesus, thank God this exists. Because I would have had to go way back after that. Because I had done a significant chunk of the game. And then the final fucking boss. Yesterday, Craig was on the other end on the PlayStation Network chat while I was beating this game.
Damn it.
The final boss in the Aline part of the game is this, it kind of looks like the halfway point in Army of Darkness when the eye and the head are popping out of his shoulder. Out of Bruce Campbell's shoulder, he has like the little head and the big head. This guy is on this walkway and he's just lumbering towards you. And you're just supposed to kill him, as far as I fucking know, and as far as anyone would ever fucking know. All you're supposed to be doing is shooting him and killing him before he can hit you. Okay, so I use up. He does stagger a little bit when you hit him. I used up everything, and he didn't die, and I was freaking the fuck out. I was like, what the fuck? Like, he has like his body is going like slightly transparent as if he is being hit, and I used everything. I wasn't using very much ammo in this game because the walkthrough was like, you know, you can run past these guys, run past these guys, run past these. Oh, you gotta kill this one.
Yeah,
because
you mean
in your way, whatever.
ever.
Yeah, you don't find anything ever. So I had like a billion rocket launchers, like a billion shotgun blasts. I had the plasma cannon all the way filled up, and I emptied it at him. Absolutely emptied it at him. And then, of course, I died. I died. And he didn't touch me in the entire time until I ran out of ammo. And I was livid. I was like, I think I have fucking broken this game. Turns out, when he's lumbering at you, when he puts his right shoulder slightly down, you hit him at that point, and he backs up. And that's the only true hit. If I didn't have that fucking walkthrough on me, there would be no way of knowing that. No way of knowing that. It's not like the game was like, oh, hey, this is the weak part, you know, like most games do.
Yeah.
When it's like, you know, you gotta shoot him on this cycle of his animation. No, there was nothing. And he was just a lumbering guy. He was just kind of moving forward. There was nothing to suggest that when the right shoulder moves forward, that's the time to shoot. And my God, I shot him 4 times and he immediately died.
Yeah, that reminds me of Zelda.
This is the stupidest fucking boss mechanic ever.
Yeah.
And I read further into the walkthrough and he said, if you didn't grab the backpack before this point, you can't actually make it past the boss. And I was like, what? There was another glitch in there, which, thank God, I was following that walkthrough to a fucking T, because otherwise I would have probably skipped whatever fuckface unusable item there was in this game, and would have just been like stuck right there before the final cutscene. Just stuck. Fuck this fucking piece of shit. Badly coded. There was no fucking quality control in this fucking piece of shit company that made this goddamn piece of shit game.
Yeah, that's
why was this nominated? What the fuck?
What the fuck, Abrag? What the fuck?
I don't think it was Abrag.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who was it then?
I can't remember, but it wasn't him.
Someone apologized on Twitter.
Oh wait, Abrag was the one that made Persona win. Never mind. Sorry, Abrag. What the fuck to whoever nominated it? I can't remember. Yeah, dude. The Legend of Zelda is the same way. You can't beat the final boss unless you have a certain item from that dungeon that you pick up that doesn't mention it ever. I was like looking at the guide, and it's like, oh, hopefully you grab the special bow shot.
Yeah, you know what the difference between Legend of Zelda and Alone in the Dark is?
It's a good game
that,
up to that
and
point.
20 years.
That's fair.
20 years of gaming and like making games, improving upon, you know, previous generations. Yeah, you would think they would be. Yeah. You would think that someone would fucking test. This game is full of glitches. How was the one guy that they had as the game tester guy? He's like, oh, it's Jared, you know.
And he's just
smoking pot.
Yeah, he's a pothead. He's worthless.
He's like,
No, it must have been just some guy who knew everything.
Yeah, man, it's all good. There's no glitches, and he's not even playing the fucking game.
Infogrames. Just think about that. Infogrames. They're fucking retarded.
I think that's the publishing company. I think the actual company that paid.
They're the ones that gave these people money.
That's true. That's true. But look, this game is only a quote-unquote 4-hour game. You would think they would be able to program this thing to a T within, like, I don't know. It felt like it took about 3 days to make this game.
You know what the sickest part about this is well, I'm looking at Alone in the Dark, A New Nightmare. This is the only game that Darkworks has done in this series.
Oh my god.
Oh, whoever has the IP, what, just sells it out like a common whore, like a penny whore.
This is
the only one
filled with herpes. And all sorts of diseases.
They made the Cold Fear game. I wonder if that's a piece of fuck.
I'm probably sure.
I bet it is.
Because it's probably two guys in a basement. Like, we're screwing these people out of their money. What would you give gameplay, Craig?
Okay, let's put some positive on here.
No, let's not. I already did. I did the positive review of this game already.
Okay, so it has the best tank controls. All right. It does. And I thought wrongly, for 2 seconds that the flashlight mechanic was okay.
What?
Wrongly, I said.
I thought it was cool for about half a second.
He's like,
you use it to...
I can't even
the
say
controls
it over the audio
the controls for it are terrible, but the idea...
especially when you have to solve in Aline's version, you have to solve a puzzle with the flashlight, and you have to have steady fucking hands to solve this fucking flashlight thing. Because, my God, if you shine the light on the wrong thing, you have to start over again. Good.
So...
making sure that this is still plugged in. Okay.
So the idea of it was kind of cool, where you use the flashlight.
Oh, the idea.
Yes,
the idea of a survival horror game on an island is kind of cool.
No. just the flashlight part, because it actually lit up the areas and they had shadows. They did something cool with the 2D areas, but other than that, every part of the gameplay is garbage. Even the thing that I thought was kind of cool in the flashlight is just terrible. It is fucking sensitive as fuck. And you have to use it with, a surgeon's hand for
yes, dude.
for some of the puzzles. And it is not okay.
It's a, shit, what is that disease where you shake a lot? Parkinson's disease. It's as if a surgeon had Parkinson's disease. That's what it is. And you got to tell the surgeon where to cut, and they're all like, yeah, they're all shaking all the way through. You're like, oh my God! This is heart surgery here, man. This is brain surgery. You can't fucking make a wrong move. That's how bad it is.
Yeah. So with that in mind, I'm giving it a 1.
Oh, wow. That is the worst score I think we've ever had.
No, it's not.
You know what? You know what's funny about this game?
I'm pretty sure I gave Parasite Eve either a 0 or a 1.
You gave, speaking of tank controls, you said that this game's tank controls were better than Silent Hill's, yet you gave Silent Hill an 8 for gameplay.
That's because Silent Hill wasn't a piece of garbage for the rest of the game.
Silent Hill was
and
a good
it
game,
wasn't also glitched as fuck.
All right.
Here's what I said in my Armored Core review, because I re-listened to it because that was the worst gameplay score I'd ever given. I gave Armored Core a 2 for gameplay. And this is what I said. It is beatable. It is playable. So I can't give it a 0. It doesn't have enough glitches. This is for Armored Core. It doesn't have enough glitches to give it a 1. So I'm going to give it a 2. In other words, I think the gameplay is terrible, but it's not glitchy enough for a 1, and it is beatable. It is a complete game on some respect, so I can't give it a 0. This game has the glitches. And although you can beat it, because you can beat it, I can't give it a 0. I have to give gameplay a 1. It's a terrible fucking game and is horribly programmed and super fucking glitchy.
It's not fun at all. The puzzles aren't fun.
It is
they
not
don't give you any
fun.
level of enjoyment.
Nothing is fun.
Resident
Nothing
Evil
in this
puzzles
game
are
is fun.
It's fun to be like, oh man, I need to get all of these lights the same color, so I need to like switch stuff around and like it's like a mind game. You're like, okay, this one has to go left 2 spaces, this one right, and you're like, yes, I got it. This shit, no. It's like, oh, you need a code, and you push a thing. Oh, well, there's the code on the back of that you couldn't see without the mirror on the wall. I'm
Oh
like,
my God, if you press
what
it on the wrong side, too.
Yeah, oh, and if you don't have it pushed just enough, like you could see it in the mirror. But then he's like, oh, I don't know the code. I'm like, it's on the wall! The code's right there! So I had to push it off the screen again, and they push it back. I'm like, dude,
And then
no!
And then the good old part where you have to go get Eileen out of the that one room
no!
where you have to
In the-
fucking turn on the light in order to move the fucking
I only
shelf
played
thing.
this game for like an hour, and I ran into some stupid shit. Yeah, there's a part where like Elaine's behind a bookshelf, and he's like, "Oh," she's like, "Carnby, I'm stuck, Elaine." Oh, it's just an armoire or whatever, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool, I can push it." Get behind it, trying to push it. I spent like 10 minutes on this fucking bookcase thing of clothes, this clothes thing. And I'm like, God, what is this world? Why won't it go? And I'm like, fuck this. I go downstairs, I start exploring, I find a light switch, I hit it, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go try to go upstairs again, maybe something happened. I go upstairs and I push it instantly. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, you needed a light to push? What is this fucking game?
Elaine?
Yeah, Elaine. And like sometimes you'll talk to her and she'll like remind you where you need to go, and then other times it's like you press the button and he's just Elaine, and the bitch doesn't answer. I'm like, fuck you. Do you want me to find you or not? Tell me again what you just said. And it's like, there's just so many doors you have to go in, and like there's the part where like the game's like, oh, there's a draft here, and I'm like, well, I wish I could break through the wall. Why can't we just shoot it with my fucking 70-barreled handgun? But it doesn't let me, and it's like, well, and I'm like, all right, I'll just go find a crowbar, find it, and that's where I quit, by the way, very early in the game. But I ran into some stupid shit like that, like it's like, oh, you don't know the code. I'm like, the code is right there. Like, do I have to have it just enough, like where it's just a little off center in that reflection to work? And I did. I had to go around. I had to get out of this menu, go around and push it out of sight
With
again.
tank controls, by the way.
And then push it back in sight, and it worked just fine. And I was like, what? Why? Why would you do that?
Because it is a thrown together piece of filth.
Oh, yeah. The fucking first sign that I had, you go up to that fucking iron fence or whatever, and it's like, you need a key. So you go in, you find a guy who's nearly dead. You talk to him, he's like, you're gonna die. And then you leave the room. He shoots himself, and you don't know what you're supposed to do, and then you go back in. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go back in after he shoots himself, and then you just find his body is gone, and then there's the key. And it's like, what the fuck?
You can grab the key
You can
before
grab
that.
the key before
So
you.
he didn't just
If you
give
press
you
the
key?
action button right after that,
That first cutscene.
that first cutscene, you'll get the key.
It's just
Are you
sitting there.
serious?
I'm serious.
It's
What?
invisible, but yes, you can.
That's fucking retarded. I was like, what the shit? His body is gone, and he just leaves the key. He couldn't just give me the key. That's when I knew. I knew it was going to be a piece of shit from that point on.
I knew at the first cutscene. Let's talk about design in this game. The art design of this survival horror game. I will say straight off the bat that with the exception of the first shot in the game through the blinds onto the guy that was like, oh, that's kind of a cool little design in the first cutscene of a cutscene that looks like it was from 1996 instead of 2001. Hey, that's not too bad. The rest of it is bad. The character models, including the CGI cutscenes, are terrible.
Oh,
the
they're
animation
bad.
is terrible.
Oh, especially when they're speaking? Oh my god!
The graphics are the worst from the year 2001.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Just remember, I think Metal Gear Solid 2 was from 2001. Now it's not on the same system. I'll give you that. Okay. 2001. What was out on what? Final Fantasy 9 was 2000.
Final Fantasy X was 01.
Okay. Could you actually see what the fuck was going on in Final Fantasy 9?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You can't see a goddamn thing in this game. You can't see a thing. You can't see a fucking character model's face in this fucking game. You can't tell the difference, once again, between the fucking wall and the fucking floor. You can't tell. There's just like muddy little shitty things everywhere. Kayla, now some of it has to do with contrast level on your television. Mine was perfectly placed for this game. It looked as good as it could possibly be. I came over here to Kayla Schweiss's place. She's like, dude, this is the worst looking game of all time. It is a terrible game, but Caleb's contrast was up all the way. So all the bright shit was really up there and all the dark shit was gone.
I've talked to him about that, trying to play other games on this thing. His contrast is
like,
all
dude,
the
your
way
contrast
fucking up.
is way too high. So if you put it to standard, contrast, it'll look better, but it still looks like you're like wearing glasses that are fogged up and someone smeared shit all over it and you're playing a game. That's what this game looks like. It looks that fucking bad. The creature designs you can't really even see.
Oh, no, except for like the dogs. And that's it.
And oh my god, dude. It looks so bad for the year it came out. If this was a 1997 game, I would be like, okay. All right, it's 1997. It's the first year of the PlayStation.
First of the
the first few games right there. Yeah, it's old 3D models, and maybe they wanted to go for dark,
slightly more forgiving.
No, it's not that. It just looks like crap. It looks like crap. Design, I'm going to give. I can't imagine a bigger title that looks as bad as this at that time.
Well, this wasn't a big title, though. You got to keep that in mind.
Well, this was part of a big series, though, right? Alone in the Dark?
I guess. It's a series that this group of people only made one game in. Like I said, it's a penny whore, and they're all just taking it home for the weekend.
So I would expect middle of the road, but it's not even middle of the road quality.
That's fair, yeah. You can't just give them a pass. It's
so,
not like an indie game.
They did try with the CGI game of cutscene. I assume that was made by another company. It still was shitty.
I thought the CGI cutscenes looked okay in the beginning, but then I was like, I'm not sure if this game looks really
dude, as soon as they
good
start speaking, it is bad.
Or really bad. And then later I was like, it's really bad.
It's really bad.
And like everybody looks like, I'm like, okay, does that guy have a giant bald spot or does it just look like shit? And I don't know the answer to that. I'm not sure. Like the guy that has a missing arm, I'm like, is he bald or is like it just like freaking out? The game's like, I don't know. I can't determine.
I usually the design category is where I relax on bad games because it's like, well, it looks okay or something like that. This game doesn't look good. And you can't see a goddamn thing, and it's not by design. It's not like the Doom 3 flashlight scenario where it's like a thing that makes the game what it is. You can't tell. You'll get killed. Okay, so there's a 2-minute timer from Aline like zapping some lightning down. She's got to go and fix this one dealio with the super complex item.
Right.
You got 2 minutes to go like a mile and a half in this game. And every corner there is an invisible wall somewhere within the map that you have to like just remember that there's an invisible wall. My God, if you like go 1 pixel too far to the left, and it's not even like what you're seeing on the screen as the wall, it's like a foot in from there, it's so shitty. It's so shitty.
Yeah, the camera is super jarring.
And it'd be like, oh, there's a hallway there?
Yeah, switches, like the camera will switch like mid walking through like a room, and that's super jarring.
I would say
it's not okay.
I'm giving it a 3. And that's generous.
That is
I'm giving the design a 3.
That is 1 point less than Armored Core, which I thought was pretty generous at the time. So,
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say 3 again as well because I thought, okay, again wrongly, that the that the flashlight, like with the flashlight and the shadows, like on the 2D backgrounds, like were okay. But like the 2D backgrounds, like you said, you can't fucking tell what's a door and like what's just regular anything. And it's impossible. Like, and the fucking character models look like shit. And the creatures look like shit. And there's only like 3 of them. There's only like 3 creature models like that they cycle through the entire game. Which again is fucking terrible because I mean, it's a horror game and you have zombies that look like they're fucking retarded and are just like wobbling through like mud and shit, and they just look bad. They don't even really have faces. They just look like outlines.
The old man has no face as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Also, the old Indian guy.
He barely has a face.
He's got the patch. Like he has like this thing where it looks like he's got a patch of no hair, and I'm like, I'm not sure if it's like
it's just a polygon
design or it's just the game just decided to not render.
They gave you one of the fucking 3G the CGI cutscenes just so you can know what the lizard things look like, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to fucking tell.
Yeah, it's just some
because they look like a fucking frog with a third leg in front.
Oh,
that is what they look like. And I'm not talking about like a dick. I mean, literally, it looks like a 3-legged frog with a one leg being in the middle of its body. Like, that is what it fucking looks like. It is a piece of shit.
It's a frog, not a piece of shit.
It's just, it's garbage. Like, all those designs are fucking terrible.
Okay, all right. 3 on design. And I say we give music and sound just 1 point per soundtrack.
Wait, so what about?
I'm just kidding.
1 point per soundtrack.
So it only get 1 point.
Music and sound. I'm gonna give the sound a fucking 1 because there was sound, right? And not sound and music. Excuse me, because I split in 2 5s.
Right? Yeah.
1 out of 5 for sound design because, frankly, you can't hear a goddamn thing in half of these cutscenes.
Oh yeah,
and also the voice acting is terrible.
Not that you really
the
want
fucking
to.
very beginning part where like they're in the helicopter, you hear the helicopter more than their voices, and it's like inside, and it should just be like really quiet for the helicopter for when they're talking, but no.
Not technically, but yeah. Okay.
Well, I know, but yeah, for like movie stuff, they always do that shit.
Yeah.
But like it,
so that we can hear what's going
so
on.
we can hear them. But like, it's not. It doesn't want to do that. It's like fuck you. You don't want to. We can't let you actually hear what they're saying, so that you know that the plot is shitty.
Right. Yeah.
It's like,
we can't let you hear the bad dialogue.
Yeah, it's
so sound is getting a 1 from me. Music is getting a 2 out of 5.
Oh, generous.
Because I think the 4 songs they use in game, and then the 1 song they use for the menu, besides the rock song at the end, which isn't just an awful song, it's effective, but it's so repetitive, and it's the same fucking thing. You get 1 for the boss fights, 1 for the regular shit.
dude. I don't even remember any other songs. I only remember that. Like, and then the one that has the random noises like going on in the background, just like the
Greg noise in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that is seriously a noise that happens throughout the entire game. It's supposed to be like the horror song or whatever. It's like the weird, creepy sounds are going on in the back. No, it's fucking
the Craig who sleeps at night.
Yeah. It sounds fucking awful. It's awful, and I had to hear that the entire time. It's the only song it fucking plays, dude. That's the only one I remember.
I actually liked the for a few
I liked
minutes.
it.
I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
I was like, oh wow, this is effective.
Yeah.
And then it just became not it's not the anxiety, the right kind of anxiety you're supposed to feel. It's the anxiety of like, I'm fucking sick of hearing the one piece of
I was
hey,
like,
that's a
fuck
great
this.
sound bit. Where's the rest? Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. Looks like we're looping it.
It's like 6 notes. It's just
It doesn't. They don't even have enough like music bits for multiple parts of the house like any other game. No, it's one song the entire time. I swear to God, it's one song.
There's one for her,
They
one
should've
for him,
changed-
and one for the boss
They
fights.
should
on
have
both
changed
of
the octave every
And they
time
only
you
did
left
one
a
cool
room.
thing with the music and the camera angle. When it showed the view of like Carnby running, it was like super far away, and the sound like got super quiet. I was like, oh, that was a cool creative camera move. But then after that, I was like, fuck this, all of it. It's all horrible. Like before that, I got ass fucked by 3
Cameras are
dogs
so
because
fuck
I couldn't
favorite.
run away. And it gave me a cutscene of the dogs catching up to me, and I'm like, why? Just catch up. Why do you gotta fucking throw me in a cutscene and make me like, oh man, where was I on the screen? Oh god, I actually can't see anything. Oh fuck, they're here.
Sound of Music for me is getting a 3 total.
Caleb.
It's getting a 1 from me.
Oh, whoa.
Half a point for both sections there. Because, dude, I swear to God, I don't remember any other song, dude. I really don't. I just remember hearing that one that was just like the entire time, and like that was my experience. 6 hours of that song. And then my reward is the alone in the dark. And I was just like, dude, why is that my reward?
That better
the
be
worst
in the
Please,
movie.
God, pull up that song.
That
worst
better
rock
be
song I have ever heard. Ever.
That better be in the movie, like the theme song
Dude,
of the
I
movie.
think it might be, but goddamn, dude, that was my reward.
It's a
6
guy
hours
who-
of a shit song.
It's a guy.
Get rewarded with another.
It's a guy
shit
who
song.
really wants to be Danzig. That's what the song sounds like. It's a guy who really wants to be Danzig. Okay, replayability. Before we'll listen to the song when he pulls it up. Replayability. Out of 10.
You're fucking high if you think I'm going to play this again.
That's the sad thing is like speed runs are the name of the game for survival horror. That's what makes it cool.
Yeah, I know. I
But
fucking
it's
saw a
not.
dude beat this thing in 42 minutes, and I'm like, you, sir, are a god because
Or you are also so lonely.
You were so
he was alone in the dark, streaming.
It's a requirement
Oh my
to play
God,
this
dude.
game alone in the dark.
Oh my god.
Replayability. This is what I said for Armored Core. I said I will not play this. I said there are things you can do if you replay it. You can do multiple runs. I will never replay this again unless someone gave me cash. And I will say the same thing for this game. I will give this a 1 out of 10 for replayability. The 1 point coming from the fact that there is a reason to replay it because you can play as the other character.
Yep, that's it.
And that's it. I will never replay this unless someone gives me cold, hard cash. $200 is the minimum bid.
So we need to
will
do a
start
charity
at.
stream for the Joe Fund, and it has to hit 200.
Yeah, and by the way, like I said
I think
before,
you're lowballing
because
it
last
there.
time when we did Armored Core, we said $200, and then you guys were like, "Oh, we can raise it for charity." I'm like, no, for me, if you want me to play Alone in the Dark again, nay, any Alone in the Dark game, you must give me $200.
How about any game with tank controls?
I'm never playing another game with tank controls unless you give me
Man.
$200.
You can't just we have force entry for a reason.
Yes, we do. And
Jay set up a
rigged the
GoFundMe
fuck
for
out
it.
of it.
GoFundMe.com/Joe Plays Alone.
do it. I don't care. If you want to give me $200 to play another Alone in the Dark game, that's fine.
Oh, God.
I will do it for that amount. So I shall give it a 1 out of 10 for replayability. How about you, Craig?
Yeah, I guess you're right. You can play as the other character. I was just gonna give it a fucking 0 because there's no way I'm touching that
Well,
piece of shit.
You got to be objective to some extent.
Yeah,
I
I try to be objective,
but
the level of glitches that are in this game, there is no reason to play a game again with that.
because you get to the glitch and you
glitches.
have to restart. That's
Yeah,
the replayability.
well, that and like if you play a game that the guide warns you about fucking glitches. No! Fucking glitch!
Yes.
My rage from Bounty
So
Hunter.
much better game.
I have.
It is a better game. It's like worlds better according to you people's scores.
I have horrible PTSD from that game. But anyway, just the glitches. I mean, I guess you can
can't even
play
watch
the
episode
fucking
2.
easier path of Elaine. But
Elaine?
Yeah, but I guess a 1 then. Fine, whatever.
You know, a 1.
Begrudgingly
You're
1.
also going to give it a 1.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll have our
There's
scores
like no reason outside of that.
tallied up. Do you have the song?
The song choice.
Alone in the Dark theme song?
Credits.
Ending credits, yeah.
It looks like someone recorded it with their handheld.
That's fine.
No, okay, we're good.
This.
Yeah, this. So let's just go ahead and have this play while we bring up our scores and say our final thoughts on this game. I will say before Craig goes off, my final thoughts on this game are that it is terrible. And I have no idea why it was a forcible entry. Maybe because they knew it was a terrible game
They
before
played it
nominating
along with us. They played it too.
Yeah, this darkness again. Come on. Not this fucking game.
Yeah, this was my fucking reward, you guys, for beating this piece of shit.
Do you honestly think it's the worst song you've ever heard? Because it's bad. It is bad.
Someone says I love this song.
Oh, I know. There's a lot of people that fucking love it, and I'm like, why? Why do you love this song?
Well, I don't know, because they were forced to play this game and like had some feeling of like accomplishment at the end, and it's
Oh, I can't wait till it goes alone in the dark.
I don't want to go through this 12-minute song to get there.
It's only like
All right. Well, your final thoughts on this game?
Well, I wouldn't call it a game. I'd call it torture.
In the dark.
Yeah, it's perfect right there.
They're trying to sound like both, but the band wants to sound like Guns N' Roses. The singer wants to sound like Danzig, and the lyrics are terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, that's bad, dude.
Yeah, no part of this game was fun. Don't ever play it.
There's nothing fun about this game.
Don't ever play it. That is my final thought. Don't ever.
I'll play it for $200.
Ever play this game? Ever?
I won't even do that. I don't think I would. If someone gave me 200 cold, I wouldn't. I don't think
would
I'd
do it.
finish
I would do it. I like money that much.
I'd do it.
Yeah, I'd do it for $200.
Dude,
you will.
You don't
hate
know what
yourself
you ask.
for
I'd
playing
do
this
it.
game.
If they were paying me actual money, I'd do it.
There's no entertainment value from this game outside of maybe laughing at the shitty dialogue. That is it. That's it.
I laughed
That's
at the 3-barreled shotgun.
Yeah, but you can get all that enjoyment in the trailer.
Yeah, you can get all that enjoyment from the trailer, and you can just fucking watch it on YouTube. There you go.
It's
Fucking watch the
better
cutscenes.
watching some freak with no life speed run this game than actually play it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because then, but it tricks you into making it think that maybe for one
Maybe
second,
it's playable.
Maybe it's playable.
It's
but
just because this man has like the
because somebody can-
psychosis of tank control
just
the
because-
idea.
just
He just
because
has
somebody-
the game memorized. He just has it memorized.
just because
that's all.
somebody can beat it in 42
pain.
minutes doesn't mean that you can.
He had
actually
to
play the
memorize
game.
it because every time he got to a fucking glitch, he had to restart.
Now, here's the thing. He was so concerned with whether or not he could, he didn't stop to think about whether
Whether or not he
he should.
should.
Yeah. He was so
God, I
concerned
think
about
you know what that applies to a lot of things.
Oh my god. So our Nude Clan official score. You guys are done with your final thoughts?
Yep.
Yes.
Hate it. 20 out of 100. Easily the worst game of all time, according to the Nude Clan. 32 out of 100 is where our review of Armored Core for Answer rests. And
How come I always get the shitty games? I've played all 3 of our bottom 3.
No, the third
You
place
didn't play
one.
Parasite Eve 2.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking Bounty Hunter. You're right.
Bounty Hunter. God damn it, dude.
You know what? The sick part is, I'm not going to reveal this until after I find the Parasite Eve 2. The sick part is that this game actually has a decent Metacritic score.
No, it has a mediocre Metacritic score.
Well, it's It is mediocre, but it is better than games that we have played. It has, yeah, it is a better score.
What was it, like a 60?
It's like 77 or something.
Dude, if it has glitches like it does not belong anywhere near the 60 range.
But I do wonder how many reviews it has.
It doesn't belong in the 30 range.
Someone did ask on the forum. They asked a question.
Oh, yep, I have that question. Hold on.
Okay, so you can just say
here
word
it is.
for word.
Skullhady asks, asking this question beforehand, I'm guessing Alone in the Dark, amazingly low numbers from Joe, justifiably. My question is, in a magical, hypothetical world where the game ran with no glitches at all, how would your score have changed?
No glitches at all. I would have thought of it as kind of lower side of mediocre. I think it'd just be a dull game. That's all.
The points would have been like probably a 2-point value difference.
I would have been mad at the puzzles. I would say a 3-point value difference.
3? Really?
Yeah. I think it would have been a better and way more playable game than Bounty Hunter.
Dude,
I would have probably given it a like 5 out of 10 or 5 or 6 out of 10 for gameplay.
Even
if they had normal controls and if it had no glitches.
Well, the normal controls aren't part of it.
If it had no glitches, then yeah, that'd probably
I think
be
you're
a
fucking
2-point
crazy. I think this is way worse than Bounty Hunter. In no conceivable way can I imagine it being.
I think it's a worse game than Bounty Hunter.
I actually had a little fun playing Bounty Hunter.
I did too for a moment.
Yeah, there were moments of fun in Bounty Hunter.
This game doesn't
Except
have
Craig
moments
didn't.
of fun.
Craig didn't think that way, so Craig's opinion is probably
I thought that Parasite
they both belong in hell.
See what glitches do to you, to your playthrough? You just hate the game.
I had fun
glitches
in
are
Bounty.
terrible.
I had fun for about 2 seconds in Parasite Eve 2, but no moment was I enjoying myself in this game, in Alone in the Dark 4. 4, for God's sake. The fourth game. The 4. Alone in the Dark 4 answer. That's what it is. Parasite Eve 2, we gave a 38 out of 100. So
Yeah, because you fucking highballed it, you piece of shit.
I gave it my best score was an 8 for art design. It looks good. Yours was a 7.
Yeah, it does. It looks a lot
So fuck
better
off.
than Alone in the Dark.
It does, and it was the same year, and it's the same fucking kind of game. How? Bounty Hunter, we gave a 36, so better.
Again, because you guys fucking highballed it.
There's no you guys, it's just me.
No,
I gave it a
you
decent
and
score.
Cam both
Cameron gave it a
highballed
20. That's a 40 out of 100. That's awful.
Still too much.
But the sick part, Caleb,
too much.
this
You
game,
hate it more the more weight you gain, is what it seems to be.
Yeah.
The fatter you are, the more you hate Star Wars Bounty Hunter.
here's the sad part, dude.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
You gave it
Metacritic,
the highest score, second highest score, third, fourth.
you could also say
He
the
said,
I guess.
pointing around visually on this
the worse
audio
you are at video
podcast.
games, the worse score you give it. You could also say that.
Oh, wow.
What?
So the PlayStation
What did
version of Alone in the Dark has a 77.
For
A
Metacritic, that's
77.
not
This
great.
this game has a 77?
Yep. The Windows version has a
Wow.
66 on Metacritic. And Bounty Hunter
What?
has a 67. This game is 10 points higher rated than Bounty Hunter.
What?
Yeah.
What?
That makes no fucking...
The fucking game-breaking glitches are enough. Did they not run into those? None of these critics, they all got the good version?
Apparently. I mean, even I had a few glitches and...
I wonder how much of that's political.
I had more than a
How
few.
much is it political? No, it can't
I
be.
had more than a few.
Dude, there's a
fucking
lot of
glitches.
people that do it politically because, like, you can get paid to review a thing well. It was a huge deal with the Shadow of Mordor. There was a lot of people that got paid to, like, review it well. I mean,
Yeah,
it's an
that's a
okay
fun
game,
game.
but,
Well-
like, they still paid them to review it well.
I wish we had a physical copy of this game because
Okay, go buy one and
I
break
wouldn't
it.
hesitate. I would smash it on this table with my bare hands and probably cut my hands doing so.
Hopefully.
I found this game terrible. And by God, I'm never playing a game like this again.
I wouldn't say
And
it
now
was
you
like
will.
that.
Now you will.
All right. So if you guys remember the forcible entry rules, we have been lax on these things, but we're going to make this clear. if you want your forcible entry stuff in, you have to send it through the messenger on Patreon because we are losing our forcible entries because people are doing it on Twitter or PSN or the email, wherever.
Yeah, it's getting to be a giant pain in the ass.
It's
We've got
getting
like
to be a
4
giant pain in the
locations.
Yeah, we searched for like 10 minutes to
'Cause we
find
thought
one
that-
that was for Joe and Cameron.
Or
And
Joe and Caleb.
But there isn't one
Yeah.
for Joe and I. There just isn't.
we just thought
we
there
don't
was,
have one.
and it turned out to be for
Yeah,
somebody
so
else.
we
So-
searched forever. Just go to
So,
Nude Clan.
dear Patreon donors who want to force us to play games, hopefully good ones, you got to do it through the Patreon.
Yeah, we've got the rest of them though. We have the rest, unless there was one that was Joe and I, in which case
It's lost.
it's lost. We're gonna have to wait.
Guys, please remember this isn't just a thing so you can have us play games to fuck us. I mean, literally make us play games that you want to play, like games that you would like us to play.
Well, it can be anything.
It could be anything, but
I'm not gonna
go easy on
I
the
just-
fucking, okay?
I
like to be wined and dined before I get fucked. So please.
So just a reminder to our Patreon donors, just please use the Patreon messenger. And also, you're supposed to have 10 nominees that we then pick 4 from because of system stuff. And now, because if Alone in the Dark shows up again, I'm fucking kicking that thing out.
Everybody's just been giving us 4, but
Yeah.
you can choose like 10
You're
games.
supposed to put 10 out.
I don't think that's.
I
how it's
believe that's
worded.
the rules on the Patreon page, isn't it?
He's looking.
I think we said you can choose like
Forcible
10
entry.
games.
You get
What
to
is
submit a list of games you want us to play, and we'll choose 4
Yeah, so you
for
can,
our
well,
nominees for review.
Oh,
So
you
we
didn't
never
put how
defined.
many? Okay, you
a
didn't-
list.
we-
So you guys,
All right.
most people have just given us the 4, which I'm fine with.
yeah, but you can choose more. You have the option to choose.
It's
more.
at least 4.
Okay, so it's not their fault. It's ours.
But why would you give us more than 4 if the one you want us to play?
Well, the reason
Is there.
we wanted
It
to
lessens the
have
chance
them
of
give
picking
us
it.
like a list
Right.
is so that we can pick from those
Yes.
what we can play on. Because if like they asked us to play like 4 Commodore 64 games, we're not going to be able to play it. So things like that can happen, or like the Wheel of Time game that we were supposed to play.
just unplayable.
It's just,
I
we
spent
just can't play
hours
it.
trying to get that fucker to work.
And so that was the reason behind it. Just as a reminder of how this works. But thank you to our Patreon supporters.
Yeah.
Nudeclan.net, where you go. We do have some nominees we got to get to, don't we?
Yeah, we do. We got to choose our games.
All right. We have some games that need to be voted on for me and Caleb Schweiss. My first nominee, is a game I have already nominated about a year and a half ago, very early on in this podcast, but I'm going to renominate it.
Was it that long
It
ago?
was like one of my. I think it was in my first nominee.
It might have been one of the one that Fable won, actually.
Yeah, it
It
might
was
have been.
early, dude.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I'm going to renominate Metal Gear Solid.
All right. I
Metal Gear.
am going to nominate a game that I bought the day I installed Guild Wars 2 and played while it was installing. This is years ago. I'm going to nominate Red Dead Revolver. Never beaten it. PS2 game, yep.
Oh, is that before Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not really connected. It's a different style.
Oh,
It's
okay.
semi-open world, but it was actually pretty fun when I played. It was like a weird, you have like levels you go into and you do the mission and then you have a town. So like it's reminiscent of Red Dead Redemption, just way tinier. I never finished it though, so first nominee. Oldest game first.
I am going to nominate a different game than we were talking about in this break. I'm going to nominate Half-Life.
Oh, okay.
wow. Okay. Wow.
Half-Life is a game I bought for the PC at DI a long time ago, which is a what would you call DI? It's
Thrift
like,
store.
It's like a thrift store, or
Mormon thrift store.
Mormon
It's
thrift
a
store.
religious-based thrift store, yes.
It's
has
like
a rated M game.
it's like Goodwill. It's like Goodwill. We don't have Goodwills around here. We have DIs. That's what we got. So I bought that a while ago, but then I got that Valve collection once during the
Orange
Steam
box?
sale,
Yeah.
and I have everything now from Valve
For like $1.
Yeah, for like nothing. Someday I'll nominate Portal, but this time it's going to be the first.
I did have the
Half-Life.
big orange box at once upon a time.
Which
that
is supposed to be
Portal,
one of the best
Half-Life,
PC
Half-Life
games
2.
of all time.
Yeah, it's up there. I didn't quite beat it. I played a burned copy, and the giant floating baby at the end, spoilers, would not die. It just wouldn't die, and I was like, this game's broken. So I couldn't beat it.
I'm excited to play something on my gaming laptop.
Yeah.
An old game. A nice old game to play on my
Gaming
high-end
laptop.
computer.
Nice and
Well,
easy.
I'm going to nominate another one that you can play on your gaming laptop if you want, but you'll probably want to play the PS4 remaster. I'm nominating Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh,
Because I
okay.
fucking love it.
All
And I'm
right.
starting to play it anyway.
That's going to be difficult to play at my parents' house.
Yes. Get
Play
your
with
headphones. Sound to headphones, or you're fucked, dude. They swear constantly.
Yeah, I heard it through your PlayStation headphones in our party chat the other night. It was very N-word and F-word heavy, I would say. And I don't say the N-word very often, so I find it a more shocking word than maybe some other people do.
It's okay, though. They were black. It's fine.
Yeah, I guess. Sure.
But are the voice actors black?
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure they are.
Anyway, so, okay. Those are our nominees. Metal Gear Solid.
Red Dead Revolver.
Half-Life.
And Grand Theft Auto 5.
So please go to nudeclan.net to vote on that game on this episode.
Yes, click on the Alone in the Dark, A New Nightmare episode and vote there.
Yes. You can tweet me at Joseph DeGolier.
Me at Nude Clan Cam.
Me at Obsidian Ba.
Me at UFF Podcast.
You can support the show through nudeclan.net by clicking on the Patreon banner. And thank you very much to our Patreon donors. Remember, donors, the best way to get, or the only way to get your forced entry in is through the messenger on the Patreon, okay? That way, it's all in one spot, and we can keep track of it. That's a real important thing. But anyway, you have the option of forcible entry at a certain donor level. So if you want to force us to play a game, maybe Alone in the Dark, then you can do so that way. Now, Facebook.com/NudeClan podcast. It's nude spelled at EWD. You can see us do the episodes live every Sunday right now at twitch.tv/NudeClanGaming and see us play the games live there during the week as well.
Tomorrow, I'm actually planning on doing a long stream of Nier Automata, so check that out.
Nice.
So the Labor Day stream.
The Labor Day stream.
Nice.
I have Tuesday off.
You should do a Tuesday.
I should do
day
a
after
Tuesday.
Labor Day.
Yeah, I should. That'll be my Nier stream as well because I got to beat that thing too. But anyway, does anybody have anything else they wanted to bring up?
We're going to do the drawing next week. Just had a lot this week, so I decided
Okay.
not to do it. But we will give away a game. We'll update the list. Not sure if there's anything new to add to it, but we'll make sure everything's on there on the site. And yeah, I think that's it. I don't have anything else.
We'll see you guys next week.
May the list go on.
Enjoy the nude.
Live always in the nude.
Fuck off.
Yeah!